A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
It's Duffy's Tavern, the Friday night transcribed feature on NBC's All-Star Festival of Comedy, Music, Mystery, and Drama. Brought to you by Chesterfield, the cigarette that has for you mildness with no unpleasant aftertaste. The cigarette that brings you Bing Crosby and Bob Hope. By the makers of Anacin for fast relief from pain of headaches, neuritis, neuralgia. And by RCA Victor, world leader in radio, first in recorded music, first in television. And now here we go, friends, to Duffy's Tavern with our guest, Shelley Winters, and starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner.
Duffy's Tavern, where do you late meet to eat? Archie the manager's baking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. You sound mad. What's wrong? When you answered the doorbell this morning, you was wearing Mrs. Duffy's bathrobe. Well, what's wrong with that? The milkman kissed you, huh? What happened? Did you slug the guy? Oh, if he's been kissing Mrs. Duffy, he's had punishment enough. You still mad? You think you'll come down here to cool off? Duffy, tonight the tavern ain't no place to cool off. Shelley Winters is coming down. Yeah, Winters is the name, Duffy, but it really should be Summers, you know. The way she raises a guy's temperature. What she look like? Well, you know, I told you about the temperature, and with the sweat pouring down into your eyes, you can't get a good look. She's a very versatile dame, Duffy, you know. She acts on the stage, she's in the movies, sings in musical comedies, and she's packed to the hilt with talent. Brother, what a hilt. Also, a sensational pair of gams. Yes, sir, with them legs, she's made more successful crossings than Pan American Airways. Well, look, I got work to do, Duffy. I'll call you back. Oh, Yasha! Yasha! Where is that Yasha Pena Slavnik?
How do you do?
Tell me, Yasha, did any letters or mail come in today?
Like an avalanche.
Oh. Well, let me see the mail. Hey, these personal letters of mine. They've been opened.
I can read them closed.
Yasha, it might have been personal correspondence from a dame, you know. I don't want you to be reading me private mail.
Okay, my boss. Or may I call you Cuddles?
But opening somebody else's letters, how can you do such a thing?
How?
Yeah.
Silly. I am holding them over a tea kettle. By the by, here is one letter that I'm thinking you will find extremely interesting.
What, Billy Doo from a female admirer?
No, Billy Doo overdue from the gas company.
What does it say?
Unless you pay your bill immediately, you will hear from our attorneys.
Yeah, throw it away. What's the next letter?
From their attorneys.
Yeah. Well, they can't scare me into paying their dirty bills. If I don't pay them, what can they do to me? What's the next letter?
It's from Sing Sing.
Oh, at last, some social correspondence. Well, it's from my old friend Nitro McNulty.
Oh, what did he say? What does he say?
Let me see. Dear Archie, planning to escape. Meet me outside of main wall in automobile and bring my wife. Signed, Nitro. P.S. Bring along another girl for me. Signed, the warden. get to the next letter, I wonder who this is from.
It's from Peaches Latour, the striptease.
But you didn't open it. How do you know it's from Peaches Latour to striptease?
The stamp is peeling off.
Give me that letter. Let's see. Hey, you're wrong. It ain't no letter. It's a valentine.
A valentine.
Hey, let's see. Love to you, my sweetheart mine. Will you be my valentine?
I'll be yours if you'll be mine. To you from me, from swine to swine.
It does not say that, Yasha. I'm afraid you're just jealous.
Me jealous. I am also having a girl writing me letters.
Writing you letters?
Yes. Every day she is wanting to see me. She is calling me on the telephone. She is writing me letters, always wanting to see me. Fortunately, I put a stop to it.
How?
I let her see me.
Well, that's one way of killing the goose. Now, let me see. Who could have sent this valentine? Miss Duffy.
Yes, Archie.
Miss Duffy, did you send me a valentine?
Is there a name on it?
No signature. It's just unanimous. Let's see. Looks like some dame is out to marry me, but she's too ashamed to sign her name.
Archie, you're being silly. A valentine like that ain't being personal.
What do you mean?
Look at it. It's printed.
If so, a marriage license is just printed, too. Facto? Don't tell me about dames. All they ever think about is getting married. Believe me, I've made a study of them.
Then how come you keep taking them out?
Research. But they ain't gonna get all lots. Believe me, I've seen too many horrible results from marriage.
Hello, Arch.
Perfect example. Hiya, Finnegan.
Top tip.
Top tip. That's tipped up.
I know, but I'm feeling a little backward today.
Well, that's normal. Let's see. Who could have sent that valentine?
You got a valentine, Arch?
Yeah, it seems there's a dame in love with me.
Love?
Yeah, love.
Love?
Look, you know what love is, don't you?
Well, I know it has something to do with dames, but from there on, I ain't too clear.
Well, I'll try to explain it. You see, Finnegan, in biology, there's two kinds of genders, you see, men and women. I assume you know what marriage is.
Oh, sure. That's what you gotta have before you get a divorce.
Yeah. Well, that's one school of thought, but to put it more succinctly, marriage is, it's sort of a friendship that gets loused up. Now, Finnegan, the point of this talk is I want you to promise me, if you ever see a dame getting me in a clutch, unclutch me. Break it up. You know, help me use me willpower.
I certainly will, Arch.
Thanks.
You don't think I'm going to let a dame come between us?
Finnegan, old man, how does it feel to be an idiot?
Well, not too bad, Arch. The trouble is the hours are so long.
Leave us quit this nonsense talk now. Now, who could have sent this valentine? Maybe I better forget about it. Shelley Winters will be coming down here any minute.
Shelley Winters. Hump.
And what's the hump?
Well, not that I want to take anything away from Shelley Winters.
Go ahead, take it away. You need it more than she does.
What I'm trying to say is she's been a very lucky girl.
You should be rolling the same pair of dice. What do you mean, lucky? She's got brains and beauty and talent.
Yeah, but where would that get her if Edison hadn't invented motion pictures?
You call that lucky?
What else? Look, Archie, be honest.
Yeah.
Suppose a movie producer needs a star for a picture, and he has to choose between Shelley Winters and me. Who does he pick?
Shelley Winters.
There you are. It's a 50-50 chance, and she wins. And you don't call that luck? Believe gave me one screen test, and I'd have Ray Milland and Clark Gable chasing me, too.
With a baseball bat. You would have Ray Milland and Clark Gable chasing you. They wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot Louisville Slugger. And if you think you're so hot, why don't you try to get into the movies?
What? Have men bothering me morning, noon, and night?
Men bothering you? That's bad?
Frankly, I'm bored with men.
Oh, no. This from a dame that sits in the front row at circuses waiting for a human cannonball to overshoot the mark. Get bored with men.
Arch, is this dame annoying you?
Yeah, very much.
Well, beat it, Jester. This man has already been spoken for. Say, Arch.
Yeah?
I've been giving quite a lot of thought to what you told me.
You've been giving a lot of thought, huh? Well, good for you, Finnegan.
Only I forget what it is.
Okay, I'll explain it again. Now, and this goes for you, too, Planyaslavnik. You guys got to help me to keep me willpower, you know. Now, if a dame starts making passes at me, what do you do?
Well, we break it up.
Right. Now, how are you going to do it?
Very simple. I merely say, Madame, I believe you dropped your handkerchief. Then, when she bends over to pick it up,
Yes?
I kick her right in the teeth.
Well, ain't exactly Emily Posty, but at least it'll be effective. Now, let me see this Valentine. Hey, this I didn't notice. What's under the heart?
What's under the heart?
Yeah.
The liver.
No, I mean, what's under the heart on this Valentine? It's a poem. Let's see here. Roses are red, licorice is black. Kiss me, sweetheart, and I'll kiss you back. Hey, wait a minute. This proves it. I know who's after me.
Who?
Shelley Winters.
Shelley Winters, are you kidding?
Look, Miss Duffy, this is poetry, ain't it?
Yeah.
Did you ever have a poet named Byron?
Yeah.
Keats?
Mm-hmm.
Did it ever occur to you that there is also a poet named Shelley? And as further proof, just take a look at this word.
What word?
Sweetheart.
Please, this is so sudden.
Please. Miss Slavnik, I'm talking about the word sweetheart in the poem. And, Miss Duffy, in the word sweetheart, what's the first two letters?
S.W.
I suppose it's a coincidence that Shelley Winters' initial is also S.W.? Finnegan, you better keep your eye on me tonight and watch that willpower. I'm afraid the dame has interior motives.
Don't worry, Arch. We'll protect you.
I think I'll need it. You know, she's at that dangerous Hollywood age. Between husbands. So don't forget your promise, fellas. The first time you see a gleam in your eye, I want you to quick hop in and frustrate her.
Well, you better put your frustrators on quick, because there she is coming in the door right now.
Oh, brother, look at those. I mean, look at that.
Arch, don't forget, willpower.
Okay, Finnegan, I'll play it safe. I'll only look her in the face. Yes, sir, I'll bridle me passions. I'll stifle myself. I'll dam up my emotions.
Hello, Archie.
Run for the hills, boys. The dam has burst.
Oh, Shelley Winters.
Well, Archie, this is the first time I've ever...
Just a second, Miss Winters. I happen to know how you feel, but I'm sorry. The answer is definitely no.
Well, that's a cool greeting.
Coolness is as coolness does.
Ah, boy, Arch.
Archie, aren't you even going to shake hands?
Well, I'll shake hands, okay, but just a quick one.
All right, then I'll take off my glove.
What's that?
I'll take off my glove.
Oh, no, you don't, sister.
Thank you, Finnegan.
Say, what's going on here?
Look, Miss Winters, I want you to know that you mean nothing to me.
What?
You heard me. Them soft blue eyes, they mean nothing. That beautiful blonde hair and them lips. I just figured. Them terrific legs, they do nothing to me, see?
Say, boss, here.
What?
Your eyes, they just popped out of their sockets.
Say, you're cute.
Don't say that.
But you are.
I know, but don't say that.
All right, I won't say it.
You won't say what?
You're cute.
Please, say it again.
Look, cut it out, Shelley. I can see right through you.
What?
I don't mean that. I mean this clumsy attempt to make me jealous. You know, you're just a moth to a flame. Just another one of the bats in me belfry.
Bats in the belfry is right.
Now, please, leave us forget the past and get the conversation back to the drawing room. Now, tell me, what are they talking about in good old... You know, you look quite a dish.
Archie, my face is up here.
Oh, yes. By the way, that dress you're wearing.
Oh, it's really nothing.
You're so right. Must say for you, though, Miss Winters, that with a figure like yours, you don't need clothes. Tell me, what are people talking about in good old Hollywood these days?
Oh, the same thing. Each other.
How dull. I wonder if they still remember me out there. You know, I once starred in a picture for Paramount.
Oh, yes, they're still talking about you.
Yeah, huh? What are they saying?
I don't know. I'm a lady. I always leave the room.
Well, tell me, what pictures you been making lately?
Well, I just finished a Technicolor picture for Universal.
Well, what's it called?
Frenchie.
It's called Frenchie, huh?
Arch, don't forget, your willpower.
Don't worry, I'm just toying with the dame.
By the way, Archie, do you mind if I sit down?
No, sit down on that bar stool. Speaking of the movies...
Archie, this bar stool is rather high.
We keep it that way so the customers won't feel small if they don't buy a second drink. Speaking of movies...
It's so nice to sit down. Oh, these high heels are killing me.
They're killing me, too. Speaking of movies...
Archie, do you think these black stockings go well with these shoes?
Black stockings? Yeah, very well. Smoking of speakies... making of spookies...
Archie, what's the matter with you?
What's the matter with me? Nothing.
Nothing that a cold shower couldn't cure.
Quiet, Panya Slavnik. Miss Winters, speaking of Hollywood, by the way, you got a run in your stock.
Oh, I'll have to fix it.
Can I help you? May I get you a needle and thread, Miss Winters?
Well, that would be very sweet of you, Archie.
Not at all.
In fact, I think you're a very sweet boy.
Really?
And handsome, too.
Honest?
Of course.
Cross your legs and hope to die? Cross your legs and hope to die. It's the name of a new book. Speaking of books, have you read any good stockings lately? I mean, books.
Oh, yes, I have.
That's nice. Anything new?
Yes.
What?
The new Kinsey report.
That did it. Shelley, I'm a dead duck. May I have the pleasure of your next marriage?
Archie, is this a sincere proposal?
You think these goose pimples is falsies? the proposal, so what do you say?
Well, I'll have to think it over.
Well, why? You just told me I was sweet.
Yes?
And handsome.
I'm sorry, Archie, but the man I marry must have a lot of money.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
No matter what you now take for headache relief, we urge you to try Anacin for the incredibly fast relief these tablets bring the next time you're suffering from a headache. Now, the reason Anacin is so wonderfully fast-acting and effective is this. Anacin is like a doctor's prescription. That is, Anacin contains not just one, but a combination of medically proven, active ingredients in easy-to-take tablet form. Thousands of people have received envelopes containing Anacin tablets from their own dentist or physician, and in this way discovered the incredibly fast relief Anacin brings from pains of headache, neuritis, or neuralgia. So, the next time a headache strikes, take Anacin for this wonderfully fast relief. Anacin, A-N-A-C-I-N. Anacin at any drug counter in handy boxes of 12 and 30, economical family-size bottles of 50 and 100.
Look, Shelley, you got to marry me.
I'm sorry, Archie, but I can't break a promise.
A promise?
Yes, I promised myself that the next time I got married, it would be for money.
Got to have money, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, I ain't exactly saying that I'm filthy rich, but I ain't exactly saying that I'm filthy poor, neither.
No, it's just filthy.
Thank you. You see, Shelley, if I wasn't rich, you'd think this peasant would insult me?
But if you have so much money, why do you work in a place like this?
Look, Shelley, this tavern is just a hobby with me. You think if I worked here, I could afford to own a Rolls Royce with a mink tail and a radiator cap? Which reminds me, Yasha, take the Rolls Royce down to one of my oil wells and fill it up with diesels.
I'm beginning to be impressed.
You ain't heard nothing yet. Excuse me, the phone. Probably me wealthy stockbroker. Hello? Oh, hello, Whitcomb. Duffy, it's a knife. Tell me, Whitcomb, how are all me stocks and bonds on Wall Street? Uh-huh. And what about Consolidated Amalgamated Inc.? Huh? They've incorporated? Yeah, they've done it again. Buy 1 million more shares, and this time, not just them little common ones. Give me the big ones, the preferred. Very good, Whitcomb. And by the way, what happened to maternity ward? See? And what about Consolidated Can? Bottom dropped out, huh? Well, in that case, I'll tell you what you do. Buy me 10,000 shares of Social Securities. Thanks, Whitcomb. Well, things seem to be popping on Wall Street.
Yes, it sounds like a real bull market.
Well, now that I've proved how rich I am, can you think of any reason for us not getting married?
No, but I will. Just give me a second. Oh, yes. How about your background?
Huh?
Your family.
Oh, Ram, well, Grandpater was also a millionaire, you know. In fact, I shouldn't really talk about our family fortune without giving him credit. You know, he was the original flounder. Started as a poor boy, too. He Mayflowered it over here with Grandmama, and they was lucky enough to pick up Pennsylvania at the right price. So I grew up on the estate and went to college.
Oh, what college did you go to?
Well, Dad wanted me to go to Harvard, and Mother wanted me to go to Yale.
What happened?
They compromised. That's when Dad built Princeton. So, you see, Shelley, I have both money and background. So what do you say we take me 2 yachts and start on a little honeymoon?
2 yachts?
Yeah, marked his and hers. Now, leave us quit wasting time. Yash, if Duffy calls, tell him me and Shelley is on our way down to the little church around the corner, huh?
Little church around the... Oh, no, you don't, sister.
Finnegan, please, stay away from this.
But, Arch, what about your willpower?
I know, but this time I'm really in love.
In love, he says. This is what he is telling all his wives.
No, Tanya, Slotnick, please, stay away from this.
And Miss Winters, did he tell you he has 12 wives and 48 children?
48 children?
One for every state in the Union.
Oh, this is terrible. And where are the wives?
Standing by for Alaska and Hawaii.
Shelley, please don't listen to them. They're nuts. Can't you tell just by looking at them that they're nuts?
I don't know. Around here, there's no basis for comparison.
Look, everybody, will you shut up and forget that willpower stuff? I'm proud to say that I have conquered me willpower. This dame I want to marry.
You want to marry?
Yeah.
If I spent all that dough.
What dough?
The dough I spent on that Valentine.
Oh, no.
Here's a word from RCA Victor. It's a great life this week for television enthusiasts. Yes, the current issue of Life magazine, dated February 12th, contains a really thrilling double-page advertisement showing RCA Victor's complete new 1951 series of million-proof television, America's favorite television, owned most, proved most, and now more wonderful than ever. Your whole family will pore over and purr over the detailed pictures and descriptions of 14 new RCA Victor models, each more glamorous than the last. Table toppers, consoles, and television radio phonograph console combinations. Cabinets ranging from an exquisite 18th century lowboy to a stunning modern swiveler. 14, 17, and 19-inch screens with such beautiful pictures, well, you'll simply have to see them to believe them. So run, don't walk, to the nearest RCA Victor dealers and meet all the glamorous new million-proof models in real life. Here's hoping you can take home your favorite set soon and start having the time of your life, enjoying the life of your time with matchless RCA Victor television. Listen again next week, friends, to Duffy's Tavern, the Friday night transcribed feature on NBC's All-Star Festival of Comedy, Music, Mystery, and Drama. Brought to you by Chesterfield, the cigarette that has for you mildness with no unpleasant aftertaste. The best cigarette for you to smoke. By the makers of Anacin for fast relief from pain of headache, neuritis, neuralgia. And by RCA Victor, world leader in radio, first in recorded music, first in television. Listen tomorrow evening for The Man Called X, starring Herbert Marshall, the Saturday night feature of the All-Star Festival.
Duffy's Tavern, where the elite meat to eat. Archie and manager's speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. Hey, guess who's coming down tonight? Tony Martin. Is she a good-looking dame? Duffy, I think you got your genders in reverse. Huh? Well, you saw a note in the column that said what? Among the most beautiful girls was Tony Martin? Duffy, that ain't who he was, that's where he was. Yeah, the guy's a real maggot for the fair sex. Attracts dames, you know, like a free lunch attracts the flies. He's a singer. Huh? Is he the same guy that used to sell fish on Lenox Avenue? No, Duffy, please. This is Tony Martin's a very high-class guy. He sold fish on Park Avenue. Oh, sure, the guy's terrific. You know how the dames all faint when Sinatra sings? Well, when Martin sings, they don't faint. They just don't want to waste time being unconscious. Well, look, I'm kind of busy. I'll call you back. Eddie, tell me, how do I look tonight? Notice anything different about me?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, you got on clean shirt.
Oh, that I've had on since last Tuesday. No, I've been to the barber's. Smell me. The cologne?
No, you can't smell cologne around this place. Competition is too strong. What's the idea?
Well, I'm expecting a beautiful young lady tonight.
Got a girlfriend coming down tonight?
Yeah.
With Tony Martin coming here?
Yeah.
Ain't that like giving the H-bomb to Wyszynski?
Don't seem to have the proper respect for me, Eddie. To you, Tony Martin's a handsome lady killer, and I'm just a bum. Don't deny it.
I ain't denying it. Who is this girl?
Pamela Huntington Smythe, the ranking member of the Hoi Polloi.
How'd a low polloi like you get to meet her?
She was riding in the horse show.
What was you doing at the horse show?
I had a tip on a dame. And Eddie, the minute I seen this Pamela, I said, this is it. She looked like Lady Godiva with a short haircut. Absolutely beautiful, Eddie, in her riding pants and her jod hoppers. Yeah, it was love at first sight.
That word is pronounced jodhpurs.
God, I can see what you know about dames could be wrote on a pinhead.
What?
Oh, hiya, Finnegan.
Am I butting in?
No, we were just talking about dames.
Oh. Got any new ideas on the subject?
No, I'm still working on the old one.
Oh. In a rut, huh?
It was a pretty nice rut to be in.
I must try it sometime.
What, didn't you ever kiss a dame, Finnegan?
Well, me mother. She was too willing.
Well, didn't you ever kiss a strange girl?
You never seen me mother.
Finnegan, you know, sometimes I think you're a midget with a grown-up body.
Say, Archie.
What is it, Miss Duffy?
Is it true that Tony Martin's coming down here tonight?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, I was just wondering, do you suppose he might ask me for a date?
I think he'd just jump at the chance. After all, who else could he go out with that would be as glamorous and chic, beautiful?
Oh, Archie, you're turning my head.
Looks better that way. You and Tony Martin.
Hi, Arch. What's the name of your dame?
The name of the dame is Smythe, Finnegan. It's a society name. You know, it's spelled Smithy. Smythe. Hey, wait a minute. Here she comes now. Eddie, you got to help me impress the dame. Act like me butler, huh?
Hello, Archie.
Well, Miss Pamela Huntington Smythe. This is indeed an honor. Excuse me just one second. Oh, Jeeves. Jeeves, I would like you to dash down to my couturier.
Down what?
Me couturier.
Was that the one with the 3 balls hanging over the shop?
Well, I'm talking about me tailor. Priceless sense of humor, that Jeeves. Been with us for years. The old family container, you know.
Well, so this is where you work.
Yeah, this is where I am. You see, Duffy had a little labor trouble, and I just took this job to help him out temporarily.
Oh, how long have you been working here?
10 years.
Well, what did you do before that?
I was a playboy.
A playboy?
Yes, Mother wanted me to learn a trade, but I wouldn't dream of it. So now I just hang around nightclubs and shoot big game in Africa. That moose head on the wall over there, by the way, is one of me African trophies.
Archie, there are no moose in Africa.
Look, when a moose is coming at you 90 miles an hour, you don't stop to ask, what are you doing in Africa? However, the playboy is all part of my past.
Hey, Mr. Archie.
What is it?
Look out, here comes Tony Martin.
Who's worried about Tony Martin? Miss Smythe, why don't you run into the kitchen? I'm
sure there are a few little things that you'd like to look at.
I'm sure there's a few little things in the kitchen would like to look at Miss Smythe.
Geez, you're so droll. Now get around the kitchen quick. Hello, Tony.
Hello, Archie.
Well, welcome to Duffy's Tavern, and may I say that you are treading on hallowed ground?
What do you mean?
The great singers that have preceded you. Sinatra, Crosby, Melchior. You see, Tony, the tavern is sort of a Valhalla for singers.
Now that you mention it, this is Valhalla of a place. Hey, Archie, tell me. Does Duffy's Tavern always smell like this?
Smell? Tony, please. This distinctive atmosphere is our trademark. We like to think of it as a friendly aroma.
Well, get rid of that friendly aroma. It's stinking up the joint.
Funny, I don't seem to notice it.
You don't?
No.
You'd be very happy in picture business.
Thank you. Maybe I should have been a movie actor. You know, as a matter of fact, a lot of people have remarked about what a strong resemblance there is between you and me. You know, they say we look quite a bit alike.
Well, let them say it. I got dough in the bank.
I'm glad to see you take it that way, Tony. I didn't get sore neither. But, you know, as I look at the both of us, I can see the resemblance. Take our builds. We're about the same height, and what do you weigh?
About 175.
Well, there you got about 70 pounds on me. But that's just because my shoulders is a little narrower than yours.
Well, they only see narrower because your ears stick out so far.
Logical. Yeah, we're a lot alike, Tony. Yeah, put a little makeup on me, give me an hour with a curling iron, and I look enough like you to be your grandson.
You know, Archie, it's amazing that a man as offensive as you hasn't got more scars.
You know, that's another thing we got in common. Our skins is without a belmish. Of course, the big thing is that we both got animal magnetism. Bet you got as many dames as me, huh?
Well, frankly, I ain't been doing too good lately.
Yeah, well, and with all them beautiful dames you work with in pictures in Hollywood, Lana Turner, Eddie Lamar, Mary Miles Minter.
Well, I'll tell you, I haven't seen her in a long time. You know, I threw her over for Nita Naldi.
Oh, well, tell me, Tony, that Hedy Lamar, what's it really like?
I don't know. I just worked in a picture with her. She's just a business acquaintance.
You mean you didn't even... Maybe you ain't got so much animal magnetism after all.
Well, maybe I'm not as maggoty as you are.
Yes, you are. It's just that I got a little more nerve. But all that part of me past is behind me, Tony. I'm about to get married.
Well, congratulations, Arch. I think this calls for a drink.
Now, fellas, a toast. Here's to the bride. She's getting a fine fella.
Here's to the groom. For he's a
jolly good fella?
No.
A gentleman and a scholar?
No.
Nincompoop? That's it! I knew we'd get it. Now, cut it out. Leave us drink up here, huh?
Say, I was just... Hey, you're Tony Martin.
That's right. What are you?
I'm Kirsten Finnegan. Don't you know me?
Why should I?
Well, I go to see all your pictures. I thought you'd recognize me.
Well, I'll tell you, the film goes so fast, I don't get a chance to look out at the audience.
Oh, you see, there's always a simple answer for everything, ain't there?
Yeah, apparently. Well, nice to have met you.
Oh, you're just saying that.
No, I'm not.
That's funny. I could have sworn somebody said it.
Hey, leave us alone, will you? Mr. Martin and me is talking about marriage.
What'd you say?
We're talking about marriage.
Oh, well, I hope you'll both be very happy.
Tony, I'm sorry. You'll have to pardon him. You see, before he was born, his mother wasn't expecting him.
Miss Archer.
Huh?
A message from Miss Duffy.
What's the message?
Standing by.
Say, this Miss Duffy, is she fun?
One of the funniest. And she's very anxious to meet you, Tony.
Oh, one of my fans, huh?
One of the funniest.
I'm glad to hear it. What does she look like?
What does she look like? That's an embarrassing question. You've seen Shirley, the daughter of Mrs. Temple?
Yes.
Miss Duffy looks like Thunderhead, the son of Flicker.
Come now, Arch. Nobody can be that bad.
Good evening.
Shows you how wrong a guy can be.
Archie, aren't you going to introduce me to Mr. Martin?
Okay. A special favor to Perry Como, I'll do it. Miss Duffy, Mr. Martin. The hunter.
Good evening, Miss Duffy.
Mr. Martin,
Yes?
I'm going to skip the preliminaries and come right to the point. Tell me, what's my chances?
Well, Miss Duffy, since we're being blunt, I'll come right to the point. You're a dead duck.
You think there was still a war on? Mr. Martin?
Yes?
Just so I won't go home empty-handed, could you at least sing a song?
Yeah, come on, Tony. Sing us a song.
Well, if you insist.
Sure. Come on. Give us a sample.
Okay. Haven't sung for a long time.
Oh, that was swell, Tony. You sounded great together.
And he ain't sung yet.
Oh, I thought...
Go on, Tony. Rattle them tonsils a little, will you?
1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds have disappeared into eternity. They'll never pass this way again. They're gone beyond recall. But as they go, they leave behind a philosophy for us all. Enjoy, 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 enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Oh, la 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 dee la doo. You work and work for years and years. You're always on the go. You never take a minute off. Too busy making dough. You say you'll have your fun someday when you're a millionaire. Imagine all the fun you'll have in your old rocking chair. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Oh, you fall in love with someone nice. You'd like to set the date. But money doesn't grow on trees and you decide to wait. You're so afraid you might bite off much more than you can chew. Don't be afraid you won't have teeth when you reach 92. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself. Come on, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think.
Tony, you know, with a little grooming, you could be another Hildegard.
Well, actually, I don't want to be another Hildegard.
Why not?
Well, people on the street that point at me and whisper, there goes Hildegard. She used to be Tony Martin.
Yeah, but on the other hand, imagine what they'd be saying about Hildegard. Miss Archie, that society girl wants to talk to you. Oh, tell her I'll be right with her, Eddie. Tell me, Tony, would you like a glimpse of me latest conquest? Yeah, where is she? Right over there. Hubba, hubba! Mr. Martin, look, but do not touch. Maybe you better stay here. Finnegan, talk to Mr. Martin for a minute and occupy his mind.
Okay, I will endeavor to amuse you. Say, Mr. Martin.
Yes, Mr. Finnegan?
Do you know the one about the two traveling salesmen?
Yes.
Would you tell it to me?
I'd like to tell it to you. You're too old.
Say, this is quite an amusing conversation we're having. You know, I heard that most singers was dumb, but you are living proof.
Mighty sweet of you to say it.
I'll think nothing of it.
Hey, Tony, listen, you gotta help me out. That dame just told me a father's coming down here to meet me, and I need help. Tell me, how can I make a good impression on the dame's father? That's easy. Don't meet him. But what am I gonna do? He'll want to know if I can support the dame. Why don't you have Duffy give you a reference? I can't. He's liable to double-cross me and tell the truth. But you just give me an idea. Hey, maybe you could act as Duffy. What? You're an actor. You think you could play a part that's a combination of Frankenstein and Dracula? You mean I impersonate Duffy? That's right. Sounds like a fat part. Fat and ugly. But Archie, if I'm going to do this, I'd like to do it right. How does this Duffy act? How does he talk? Finnegan.
Yes?
Would you mind to acquaint Mr. Martin with the horrible details of Duffy's personality?
Come over here, Tony. Duffy talks something like this.
Archie.
Yeah, Pamela.
Daddy, this is Archie, the young man I met at the horse show.
It's more like something you found on a scavenger hunt. Pamela, you've been going to horse shows for years. This is the end.
Well, thank you. It's nice to know that I have your blessing, sir.
My blessing. Just a second. What about your financial responsibility?
Well, listen to what me boss thinks of me. Oh, Duffy, Tony, Duffy.
Yeah, Arch.
I think Finnegan overtrained him. Mr. Duffy, this is Mr. Smythe over here, Pamela's father.
Excuse me, but I was in the back room soaking me feet.
This is a little too much realism. Duffy, tell this gentleman something about me.
Well, when you first meet Archie, he seems like a jerk. Then when you get to know him a little better, he still seems like a jerk. But after you know him as long as I have, you get used to it.
He thinks this guy is trying to double-cross me. Look, Duffy, please do not forget you are talking to the pater of my tomato.
Well, where's the lucky girl?
Here I am. Oh, my, but you're handsome, Mr. Duffy.
Thanks. Come here, Dad, and leave me seal your wedding with a kiss.
Oh, that's sweet of you.
Well. I mean,
Mr. Duffy, that was for my wedding. How about another for my first anniversary?
Okay.
I may have a suspicious nature, but what's going on here? Quiet, you jerk. Huh? Sit quiet.
Say, Pamela, how about you and me taking a stroll in the park?
Oh, I love it. Good night, Archie.
Sorry, Arch. Can't help it. Guess I just got too much animal magnetism.
So long, Archie.
Eddie, did I put one over on that dame?
What do you mean?
She thinks she's getting Duffy. Will she hit the ceiling when she finds out it's Tony Martin?
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.
Black beer is on the air. Black beer is everywhere. Black, Milwaukee's finest beer, brings you transcribed Duffy's Tavern, starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner. Friends, good taste isn't a matter of geography. A good, juicy steak is appreciated just as much in Los Angeles as it is in New York or Milwaukee. And the same goes for good beer. Take Blatz, for example. There's nothing unusual about the good taste of the people who have made Blatz the largest selling beer in Milwaukee, premium beer capital of the nation. They're the same kind of particular people who have made Blatz the largest selling Milwaukee beer in scores of other cities in 48 states and 29 foreign countries. Yes, from B to Z, from best to zest, the byword's Blatz, B-L-A-T-Z, from coast to coast, Milwaukee's finest beer.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern, where you'll eat meat to eat and drink Blatz beer. Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. Tonight, Hedda Hopper. Yep, the Mad Hatter herself. Yes, sir, I understand when she buys a hat, the clerk says, will you wear it home or will you eat it here? Well, she's a newspaper dame, Duffy. Yes, a gossip mongress. Yeah. She writes a movie column, sort of a who's who in Hollywood, only hers is more who did what to who. Yeah. Well, she's going to help me run a coming-out party for your daughter. Will it be formal? No, Duffy, it's semi-formal. The dames come half-dressed. Yeah, Hedda's just going to wear a beanie. Yes, sir, it should be terrific, Duffy. How much will you allow me to spend on this coming-out party for your daughter? Huh? $15 if she comes out? And $20 if she don't come back. Okay, it's a deal. I'll call you later.
Mr. Archie, is Miss Duffy going to have another coming-out party?
Yeah, why, Eddie?
But that gal's been coming out for the last 10 years.
Well, so what?
In Groundhog Circle, it's now known as Miss Duffy's Day. Who's coming to the party?
Oh, only the upper dregs, Eddie. Here, read these exclusive invitations that I sent out.
Now, let me see. Monster coming out party.
Mm-hmm.
You are hereby honored to be a guest at a private luncheon in memoriam of Miss Duffy. Dearly beloved daughter of Honorable and Miss Duffy, MP. Member of Parliament?
Mama and Papa. Read the rest of it.
Cuisine will start promptly at 9 o'clock and will continue until dinner. Signed, Hedda Hopper. P.S. kindly RSVP. What's that RSVP?
Means black tie. Hey, that reminds me, what do you think I ought to wear, Eddie? Me full dress suit?
Well, yes and no.
What do you mean, yes and no?
Well, yes, you ought to wear one, and no, you ain't got one.
Hello, Art.
Oh, hello, Finnegan.
Art, is there any chance of me making a play for one of them young society dowagers here tonight?
The dowagers ain't the young dames.
Oh, no?
No, the dowagers is the old men.
Oh, in that case, I better not make a play for them.
I think you'd be safer. And, what's your manners tonight, Finnegan? This is a coming out party, and...
what's the idea of this coming out party?
Well, it's an illusion party, you see. The idea is to make Miss Duffy seem more popular.
Oh, she ain't popular now, huh?
No, but it ain't her fault, Finnegan. You know, look what the poor dame's got against her. Heredity, environment, the wind. So we're going to make her a debutante. Hey, wait a minute. Speak of the devil, here comes the Deb now.
Hello, Archie. You dear boy.
What is this?
This is too divine of you to throw this coming out party for me. Rally. It's too utterly utter.
I beg your pardon?
I'm so glad Hedda's coming tonight. She's utterly marvelous. Too utterly.
Miss Duffy, if you utter another utter, I'm going to throw you out in the gutter.
Rally. Such talk from a menial.
Who's a menial? I'm just as good-natured as the next guy. Why don't you want you putting on no dog with me? Remember, social rule number 1 is be yourself. In your case, you better forget rule number 1. And rule number 2...
Rule number 1, rule number 2. Don't do this, don't do that, don't say this, don't say that.
Now, wait a minute, Miss Duffy.
You don't know what it is to be a debutante. Hour after hour, walking up and down, balancing the blue book on your head for purrs. And clothes. Every day running for fittings to Shapiro the tailor. You should stand there while he sticks pins in you. A little higher, Miss Duffy. A little lower, Miss Duffy. Pull your stomach in, Miss Duffy. Put your back out, Miss Duffy. I could scream. Sometimes I wish I'd been born a peon.
Duffy, I didn't realize you were so social.
Rally. If I ain't a socialist, who is? Have you forgotten the parties we gave at Newport?
We gave them?
Didn't we ever invite you?
No.
Well, no offense intended. I suppose it's just that our family is such a clammy group.
Might as well humor it. Your family is very exclusive, huh?
Exclusive? Goodness, we never met anybody. That's why even to this day, nobody even knows I am a debutante.
Well, I got the flowers like you told me, Arch. Practically brand new, too.
Practically brand new? Where did you get them?
Cavendish, the undertaker.
How much did you pay for them?
$25.
They look more expensive.
Well, I should. They came from a well-to-do corpse.
Well, they should make them nice corsage for Miss Hopper. Now, let's see. When I hand her the flowers, I'll make a speech. I'll say, Miss Hopper, I am a young man whose tongue is ill-fitted to fancy words, so I ask these humble flowers to speak for me.
Hey, Arch, that fruit salad on the free lunch.
What about it?
It's moving.
That ain't the fruit salad. That's Hedda Hopper. Good evening, Miss Hopper. Miss Hopper, I am a young man whose tongue is ill-fitted to fancy words. So I asked these humble flowers to...
Mind if I use the phone?
Not at all.
Thanks.
I am a young man...
Hello, operator. I want Beverly Hills 5, 4124. Yes, I'll hold the line. Now, what were you saying?
I am a young man whose tongue is ill-fitted to fancy words.
Hello?
So I asked these humble flowers...
Yes, operator, I'm calling Beverly Hills. I'm sorry. What was it you were saying?
I am a young man...
Quiet. This might be a hot scoop. Hello, Tyrone.
Tyrone?
This is Hedda Hopper. I called to find out about the big event. What? She did? 3 o'clock this afternoon? Oh, how wonderful. What? Well, were you with her at the time? Right by her side?
Oh, how sweet, huh?
What's that? How many? 4 of them?
Well, that's Hollywood for you.
How does she feel? A little tired?
Well, naturally.
What? Well, I'll bet you the next time she'll do even better.
3-1.
Well, take good care of her, Tyrone. I'll be seeing you.
Hedda, don't tell me that the Tyrone Powers...
Yes, his pedigree dachshund just won 4 blue ribbons at the dog show.
My, this will be an interesting tidbit at the Kennel Club. Now, as I was saying, I am a young man whose tongue is ill-fitted to fancy words.
Archie, stop beating around the bush. Come on, let's get it over with.
Get what over with?
The corny jokes about my hat.
Okay, have it your way. My tongue is ill-fitted to fancy words, but Hedda, that hat you're wearing.
What about it?
It looks like something Queen Mary left in a pigeon coop. How often do you have to water it?
Archie, don't be ridiculous. These flowers are artificial.
Artificial? Oh.
Only the vegetables are real.
I see. Well, anyway, I am a young man. I'm a bulldog. Now, as I was saying,
I know you were a young man.
I was when this thing started. But here, Hedda, let's cut it all out. These flowers is for you.
Well, thank you. You say these are flowers?
Yeah.
I'll bet they were lovely. Let me see. Shall I wear them on this shoulder? No. That doesn't look quite right. Perhaps this shoulder. No, that isn't right.
Why don't you try them laying down?
Please. Well, Miss Hopper, those flowers seem to do something for you. You know, they sort of bring you to life.
That's more than did for the last guy.
Maybe we'd better change the subject. You know, Hedda, the last time I was in Hollywood, I dropped around to your house, but she wasn't home.
Oh, what a shame.
Yep, I rang your bell about 5 times.
You rang it 6 times.
Well, anyway, you wasn't home. Well, you must make a lot of dough to have a house like that, huh? Tell me, how much do you make a week writing that column of yours?
Isn't that rather a personal question?
Yes.
Well, I do all right. For years, I've been syndicated in nearly every city in the country.
What you do in your time is your own business. Tell me, how do you dig up that gossip for your column?
I have a secret combination.
What's that?
Small talk and large keyholes.
Never fails, huh?
Only once, and it was quite a shock. I wanted to confirm a rumor, so I had my eye to the keyhole,
Yeah? And what did you see?
Another eye.
Not Luella.
Heaven forbid. No, it was another actress. And I made a terrible mistake.
You made a mistake? What?
I reported that she was dead when actually she was in the best of health.
Well, what did you do?
Well, the paper had already gone to press, so there was only one thing I could do.
What's that?
We buried her.
Naturally.
Say, I did the... Who's the tomato?
This ain't no tomato. This happens to be one of the most important newspaper columnists in the country.
Don't tell me this is Billy Rose.
Billy Rose. Finnegan, take a look. How could this be Billy Rose?
Yeah, you're right, Arch. A little too tall.
That's my trouble as a newspaper woman.
What is that?
My height. I'm too tall for keyholes and too short for transoms.
Well, none of it is perfect.
Look, ain't you ever heard of Hedda Hopper?
Why, certainly. Hedda Hopper's a dame that wears them funny-looking... Well, Hedda Hopper! As I live and breathe.
You do?
Every day.
Mr. Finnegan, you remind me of somebody, and I can't think who.
Well, we got a lot in common.
Really?
Yeah, I can't think either.
Let me see. Who do you remind me of? It's some Hollywood bigwig.
Bigwig?
That's a toupee with a producer under it.
Well, thank you very much. As long as I'm a bigwig, you must invite me to a party sometime.
A party? Finnegan, you wouldn't know how to act at a Hollywood party.
Oh, no? I can throw a right-hand punch just as fast as the next guy.
I'm talking about etiquette.
Well, Archie, the rules of etiquette for any party are always the same, whether it's in Hollywood or New York. Anything you do should be based on consideration for the other fellow.
Him, huh?
Yes. For example, let me take these two glasses. Yeah. I fill them both with black beer. Now I offer them to you. Which glass do you take, the large one or the small one?
Well, that's easy. I take this one.
No, Finnegan. You took the large glass. That's bad manners.
But it's good beer.
I know, but if you had offered them to me, I would have taken the smaller glass of black.
Then what are you kicking about? That's what you got.
Just a second. I think I know what Miss Hopper means. Now, here, Finnegan, I'll offer them to you, Hedda. Here's the two glasses. Now, take your choice.
Okay. I'll take this one.
Oh, wait a minute. You took the biggest one.
Finnegan, you're the one that's learning manners, not me.
Besides, Finnegan, just serving black beer at a party is good manners in itself. And incidentally, speaking of parties, Hedda, I'm throwing a coming-out party here tonight for a debutante, you know.
What debutante?
Over there by the cash register, the one with the short forehead and the long neck.
Archie, is she coming out?
Yeah.
Do you think that's wise?
Be nice to her. She really believes she's a debutante. You know, it's got a slight case of paraphernalia. Miss Duffy...
Yes, Archibald?
I would like to present you with Miss Hopper, a world-famous news reporter. Miss Hopper, this is Miss Duffy, a misprint.
How'd you do?
How'd you do?
So terribly divine of you to come.
Oh, quite.
I'm sorry to be tardy, but I've been out playing polo all day.
Oh, tally-ho! Do you like to ride?
Does one? I'm utterly nuts about it.
Me too. I wouldn't think of being seen in public without a horse under me.
Yes, being on top of a horse is so much less crowded than the subway.
Yes, and one feels so aristocratic.
Doesn't one? But being an aristocrat does have its drawbacks, doesn't one?
Well, that depends. How does one mean it?
I mean, after whiling away a day around the stables, one smells so, doesn't one?
Well, as long as the horses don't complain, what does one care?
How true. Well, toodaloo, darling.
Toodaloo, darling. Brother, what a character.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised, Hetty. You know, there's guys that go for her type.
Really?
Yep. At the Locomotive Wipers Convention, she was voted Miss Loose Caboose of 1936.
Well, she can probably thank the horse for that. So that's what's going to make her debut tonight.
Yep, and Hedda, guess what? I'm going to let you be the hostess.
Me, arrange a party, sandhog Ciro.
Mr. Hopper, in Duffy's Tavern, we would no more think of catering to the sandhog trade than we would of throwing the garbage out the window without first yelling for. Now, what do you say?
Absolutely not.
But, Hetty, you can't disappoint all them people.
What people?
All them Hollywood stars you invited down here.
I didn't invite any Hollywood stars.
Would you like to see the invitations?
You mean you printed invitations and signed my name?
Now that you mention it, yes.
Oh, in that case, I suppose I'll have to be the hostess at this party.
See how everything always works out for the best? Now, what can we do for entertainment?
Well, we can dine, dance, play games like charades.
Charades?
Yes, it's a game where everybody impersonates famous people.
Oh, that should be fun. See who you can guess who this is.
Eddie. Come with me to the Casbah.
Hildegard!
But, Mr. Archie, Miss Hopper is used to spending thousands of dollars on parties.
Well?
And you going to get her to run this debutante party for $15?
So what? This is a cut-rate debutante. Besides, how much Blatz beer can people drink? Hedda.
Yes?
Hedda, how much you figure this party will cost?
Well, we should be able to do it for $5.
$5. Don't be a piker, will you?
You want to go to 10?
You can go as high as 15.
15? Well, that's wonderful. All right, now, let me see. The first thing we'll need is some caviar. Do you have any?
Caviar? Just a second there. Eddie.
Yes, sir?
We got any caviar?
Well, that depends.
On what?
What is it?
You know, caviar, them fish eggs.
Oh, well, we got fish, but they ain't been laying lately.
Oh, Hedda, I'm afraid the caviar is out.
But Archie...
Sorry, Hedda, you can't fight nature.
But a coming out party without caviar.
Look, I got an idea. Couldn't we just maybe serve tapioca pudding in dark glasses?
Oh, be serious, Archie. Here, give me the phone. I'll call the caterer.
Okay.
Hello? Pierre? This is Hedda Hopper. Look, I want you to cater a very swank dinner party. Well, we'll need some good imported caviar, some turtle soup, Waldorf salad, lobster thermidor, filet mignon with mushrooms, and for dessert, crepe Suzette, peach melba, cherries jubilee, and, oh yes, demi-tasse.
At least I'm getting off with just a half a cup of coffee.
Oh yes, and send over about 100 cases of Blatz beer. That's right, Blatz. Thank you, Pierre.
Look, Hetty, you're running me into a fortune.
Oh, not at all, Archie. You'd be surprised how much you can buy for $15,000.
15,000? Hedda, I'm afraid there's been a misunderstanding. You see, I didn't quite mean 15,000.
Stop being a piker, Archie. You wanted to throw a party, didn't you?
Yeah, but I'm afraid this party's going to throw me.
Oh, I almost forgot.
What?
The music.
Look, I already made a deal with Colucci's brother.
Coluccio's brother?
Yeah, he's an organ grinder.
But that's just for dancing. How about the entertainment?
The monkey does the hula. Now, look, Hedda, you see, the 15 that I mentioned is
just a second. Instead of Coluccio's brother, I could probably get Harry James.
Harry James? Well, that's nice.
Harry would probably do it for me as a personal favor for just a few $1,000s.
Well, Harry's so decent about personal favors. Look, Hedda, you see, when I said that we could spend 15...
Yes, sir, this party of yours is going to be the talk of New York.
And it's going to be whispered all over Sing Sing, too.
Oh, that reminds me. If Eddie's going to wait on tables, he must have a uniform.
He's got to have a uniform, huh?
Definitely.
Eddie.
Yes, sir?
Go out and join the National Guard.
Another important thing, Archie. What are you having for the women?
Men.
I mean favors.
With these dames, it'll be a favor.
I mean, is those little knickknacks.
Knickknacks? How much are these knacks going to nick me?
What are you worried about, Archie? Up until now, we've only spent about $14,000.
$14,000? Duffy, you'll malfeast me.
Oh, wait, I have a wonderful idea.
Now what?
Instead of having the menu printed...
Yes?
We'll get the Don Cossack Choir to chant it.
Now, look, Hedda, please.
I'll call them up now and see if they're available.
Oh, this dame has gone berserk. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, hello, Officer Clancy.
What's this I hear about you running up bills for a debutante party?
I didn't run up the bills. It's a dame here to...
I don't care who ran them up. You're responsible.
I'm responsible if somebody buys stuff in my name?
That's the law. That is, unless you can prove the other person is crazy.
Crazy? That's an idea. Oh, Hedda.
Yeah?
Hedda, you know that charades game we was talking about where you imitate famous people?
Yes?
Bet you couldn't do Napoleon.
Napoleon? Oh, that's my favorite character. Lend me your hat.
Okay.
Now, see? I turn it sideways like this. Now look at me. See? I'm Napoleon.
Yes, you are, ain't you? Oh, Clancy!
I was just thinking... Who the devil is this?
Lady, tell the officer who you are.
I am Napoleon.
Napoleon, is it? I think you'd better come along to headquarters.
Now, just a second. This is all a joke. I'm not really Napoleon.
No? Then who are you, really?
I'm Hedda Hopper.
That's nice. And I'm Jimmy Fiddler. Now, come along quietly, Napoleon.
Look, I'm telling you, I'm not crazy.
Then what are you doing with that hat on your head?
That's Archie's hat. Here, this is my hat.
That's your hat?
Yes.
Sister, you're nuts, all right. Come along.
Well, Miss Archie, is you still going to have the coming out party for Miss Duffy?
Well, sure, why not?
Well, how about that little filet mignon and mushroom?
Well, give him salami on rye.
Well, what about the orchestra and all those beautiful girls who's going to dance on the table?
I'll get a midget to step out of a cupcake. Besides, Eddie, what it really takes to make a party successful, we already got.
You mean?
Yes, sir, that good old Blatz beer. What else? And to you folks listening in, if you're having friends in for the weekend, be sure to serve Blatz beer. You'll find that Blatz will make the difference between just another party and a real social event. And whether your party is for the $15 I wanted to spend or for the $15,000 Hedda Hopper wants to spend, you can't buy a better beer than Blatz. Take the advice of experts. Take it from the people who know fine beer.
who have their pick of the best, the people from Milwaukee. They say that Blatz is Milwaukee's finest beer. Blatz, B-L-A-T-Z, Blatz, picked by Milwaukeeans as the finest of all the fine beers brewed in Milwaukee. So why don't you try Blatz over the weekend? Find out for yourself why folks say that from B for best to Z for zest, Blatz is Milwaukee's finest beer. Good night, everybody.
I'm from Milwaukee and I ought to know. It's the same old story wherever you go. This is the tune you will always hear. Blatz is Milwaukee's finest beer. Be sure to listen next week at the same time to Duffy's Tavern, transcribed over most of these same stations.
When the occasion calls for wine, the wine to choose is Cresta Blanca, a distinguished choice for your own enjoyment, a generous gift to compliment a friend. The wine to choose is Cresta Blanca, C-R-E-S-T-A, B-L-A-N-C-A. Cresta Blanca. Cresta Blanca. Cresta Blanca Wine Company, Livermore, California. Since 1889, the distinguished choice in wine.
For an authentic police story, hear Dragnet, next on NBC.
Blatz Beer is on the air. Blatz Beer is everywhere. Blatz, Milwaukee's finest beer, brings you transcribed Duffy's Tavern, starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner. Friends, good taste isn't a matter of geography. A good, juicy steak is appreciated just as much in Los Angeles as it is in New York or Milwaukee. And the same goes for good beer. Take Blatz, for example. There's nothing unusual about the good taste of the people who have made Blatz the largest selling beer in Milwaukee, premium beer capital of the nation. They're the same kind of particular people who have made Blatz the largest selling Milwaukee beer in scores of other cities in 48 states and 29 foreign countries. Yes, from B to Z, from best to zest, the byword's Blatz, B-L-A-T-Z, from coast to coast, Milwaukee's finest beer.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern, whether you'll eat meat to eat and drink Blatz beer, Archie your manager speaking, Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. Huh? Well, I'm fixing up the joint for Father's Day. Yep, the one day in the year when Pop gets a slap on the back instead of a kick in the pants. Huh? What am I going to do on Father's Day? Thanks to you, nothing. How come? Well, it's simple logic, Mr. Duffy. On the lousy $15 a week you pay me, I can't afford to have a steady girl. Ergo, this steady girl I can't afford to have certainly ain't going to become a wife I can't afford to keep. So if this steady girl I can't afford to have won't become a wife I can't afford to keep, she certainly ain't going to have no kids I can't afford to support. Therefore, I bid you good day, home wrecker.
Mr. Archie.
Don't disturb me now, Eddie.
But this is important. The roof is leaking again.
How do you know?
A customer just finished the same bowl of soup 3 times.
Well, so what? Is the guy complaining?
Naturally. He didn't mind the first time when it was tomato soup. Or the second time when it was consomme. But now there ain't nothing in that bowl but water.
Well, if he squawks again, tell him it's a finger bowl. And please, stop bothering me with mere crassness. I got more important things on my mind.
Such as?
Father's Day.
How come you getting so sentimental about Father's Day? You ain't no father.
So what? I get sentimental about Christmas and I ain't no Santa Claus.
Definitely not.
Now, Eddie, Father's Day is a great institution. I ask you, what would this world be if there'd never been no fathers? Think of it. Millions of fatherless kids. All running around calling both of their parents mama.
That would be serious.
Yep, every Father's Day, I get to thinking how alone I am in the world. All me friends look at me at my age, still without child. What'll I be doing Father's Day? What'll I be doing? Brooding about the fact that I ain't been breeding no brood to brood about. Yeah, Eddie, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. I've been taking inventory of myself.
How much you short?
I'm short just one small child. So, I've decided to get married.
That's nice. Anybody, you know?
Well, not personally. I just heard her sing, Eddie, and she's terrific. Chiquita Juarez, her name is. I listened to her on the jukebox, you see, and I bet you I put 50 pesetas in that jukebox.
Pesetas?
Slugs.
Uh-oh, you're cheating on her already.
Oh, yeah? Oh, hello, Miss Duffy.
Look, I want to... Hello.
Hello.
I want to get your opinion. What do you think about this tie?
The tie? Oh, for Father's Day, huh?
Yeah. Do you think it's good enough for him?
Let's see. Yeah, I think it'll serve him right.
What do you think I should get him to wear with it?
A long beard. Miss Duffy, do you always have to buy ties?
Well, I don't know what else to buy. Papa's so hard to please.
He's hard to please, huh? Well, what about some cards or maybe some poker chips?
Mama won't let Papa gamble.
Oh. Then how about a box of cigars?
Mama won't let Papa smoke in the house.
Oh, then how about a nice umbrella?
Mama won't let Papa out of the house.
Guess you're right. Your father is a pretty hard guy to please. But believe me, when I marry Chiquita, I ain't going to be ordered around like that.
Who's Chiquita?
The dame I'm going to marry.
When did you meet her?
I ain't met her yet.
Well, how can you marry a girl you haven't met?
Do you know of a better way to get acquainted? No, so, Miss Duffy, I figure it's time for me to stop flitting around from flame to flame and to settle down and raise a few kids.
That struck me that way, too.
Okay, you laugh at me, but you'll both be jealous someday when you see me with me baby. Bathing him and feeding him, slapping him over me shoulder to burp him.
That's fine, but what if the baby needs a change?
Let him go to the mountains like anybody else. Yes, sir, that'll be the day, when that little cherub turns his face up to mine and a cute little voice says, Hello, Finnegan. We was talking about babies.
Oh, want me to leave the room?
It's all right, Finnegan. You don't have to leave. It was just in connection with Father's Day.
Father's Day? Oh, boy, I can't wait for it, Arch. I'm expecting a lovely present.
From who?
Me dog, Rover.
What's the present?
A bone.
How do you know?
I seen him burying it for me yesterday.
But how do you know it's for you?
Oh, just leave it to him, Arch. He knows what I like.
What? Forget Rover. What are you going to give your old man for Father's Day?
Double.
So's your old man. But what's your problem? What to give your father?
No, what to give me mother.
But it's Father's Day. You ain't supposed to give your mother a present.
I know, Arch, but she's been just like a father to me.
What are you going to give the old man?
Look, Arch, I'd like to give him something practical, but everything practical he's already got.
Yes, huh?
Yeah. Paper dolls, water wings, a yo-yo set, a book of instructions on how to go. Really, you know, I don't know what to get him.
Don't know what to get him, huh? Well, how old is he?
In his 60s. What do you think a guy about 60 would go for, Rod?
Blonde about 20?
No, I think it should be something more practical.
There ain't no such thing. What did you give him last year?
Oh, last year, a bundle of hay.
A bundle of hay?
Yeah, last year he thought he was a horse.
Thought he was a horse, huh? What does he think he is this year?
Well, I can't get him to commit himself. Every time I ask him, all he says is, oink, oink.
If you want to give him something practical, why don't you give him something all fathers would enjoy?
What's that?
Milwaukee's finest, some good old Blatz beer.
Yeah. Maybe me old man would like a few bottles of Blatz.
Well, certainly. You know, when your old man sits down to the supper table every night, what's the first thing he says?
Go easy on the butter. It's 90 cents a pound.
What I mean is, when your father comes home from work, you see, and he walks out into the kitchen,
right?
What's the first thing he reaches for?
The maid?
No, Finnegan. I'm talking about Blatz beer.
But, Arch, the icebox is full of Blatz already.
Well, in that case, get him another icebox. Now, stop bothering me. I got my own Father's Day problems. My future spouse is going to be here any minute now, and I got to get me tailor on the telephone.
Are you getting a new suit, Miss Archie?
Yep, and from one of the finest tailors in town, Eddie, the Fifth Avenue shop. Here, look at this card.
Now, let me see. Sam the Tailor's Third Avenue, Fifth Avenue shop. Our motto, if it's seen in Linda's and it ain't on a plate, Sam made it. P.S. 50 cents holds any garment in the store. Sound like a first-class tailor.
Yes, the first on 3rd Avenue. Guaranteed factory misfits for only $11. Of course, I get a special reduction on account of me built, you know.
You're built?
Yeah, Sam says I'm a perfect misfit. I think I'll call him on the phone and see if it's ready. Hello? Fifth Avenue Tailors? Junior Executive Shop, please. Hello, Sam? This is Archie. Archie. The padded shoulders with the belt and back. That's right. How's the alterations coming, Sam? But look, the pants is too tight. Huh? I should go on a diet?
Very high-class place.
Why? Sam, look, couldn't you let the pants out just a bit? You loosen the stitches, huh? Well, all right, I'll come over and pick it up. Okay, Sam.
How do you like the new suit?
Well, pull down the shades and call me Sunset.
You don't like the color?
Brother, green plaid over a red and yellow check with orange pinstripes.
You mean you think it's too loud?
No, not at all.
No, huh?
No, not next to that purple shirt you're wearing. And those pants, ain't they a little skimpy?
Think they're too short?
Short. If they were 2 inches shorter, you could put garters on them and wear them as a girdle.
Yeah, I think she's right, Miss Archie. They are pretty short.
Oh, granted, Eddie, but how many men have legs like mine? I admit it's a little skimpy, but it's beautifully cut. Believe me, I can be seen any place in it.
Just don't bend over. You'll be seen every place.
Look, forget the pants. Look at the coat. Look at these shoulders. Clark Gable himself ain't got shoulders like these.
Neither of you.
Hi, Arch. How many pairs of pants did you get? 1 or 2?
Got 2, naturally. It's a double-breasted suit. Besides, a well-dressed man wouldn't be caught dead without an extra pair of pants.
Why is that?
Oh, because it's practical, that's why.
Well, sure. With 2 pairs of pants, the ones underneath don't get dirty.
Finnegan, you mean you wear both pair of pants at one time?
Of course.
But how do you get into them?
My dear, there are certain things that are not discussed in mixed company.
I should think a dame that chases anything in pants would know more about them, anyhow.
It happens that I only chase 1 pair at a time.
Just a minute, folks. Miss Archie, look what just came in.
Where? Hey, that must be Chiquita. Well, senorita, buenas noches, hasta la vista.
Buenas noches. I'm Chiquita Juarez.
Sí. And me, I am Archie. Well, senorita, Pablum Espanol. You, no speak Spanish?
Of course I speak Spanish.
Well, then leave us speak Spanish. Comment allez-vous?
Archie, that's French.
Oh, dove casa?
That's Italian.
How about, besame mucho?
That means, give me a kiss.
Well, once I hit the right language, I don't waste no time, do I? Well, before we get away from the subject, how about it?
A kiss?
Yeah.
But I hardly know you.
You hardly know me. Look, honey, I don't want to borrow money. All I want is a kiss. You believe in love at first sight, don't you?
Yes.
Well?
No.
Why not?
Nothing personal. It's just that my only love is my singing. I have no time for anything else. In other words, I have built a fence around my heart.
A fence, huh? Didn't you leave just a few knot holes? Not that I ain't interested in your voice, Chiquita, you know. It's just that I'm more interested in what it comes out of. Yes, sir. It's beautiful.
You mean my voice?
Of course. I can keep the conversation just as plain as the next guy.
Archie, where did you hear my voice?
I heard you on a jukebox, Chiquita, and it was like destiny. I meant to play Spike Jones, see, but instead,
I pressed you. It seemed like fate was guiding me finger. In fact, I was so in love, I played the record 12 times.
And what makes you so sure it was love?
12 times at a nickel a crack? Honey, it's gotta be love. So what do you say?
But Archie, we have just met.
So what? We got everything in common. You're beautiful. I'm attractive. We're both Latins.
You are a Latin?
By marriage, of course. Me uncle married a very wealthy hacienda.
Archie, a hacienda is a house.
Me uncle likes them built that way.
We're wasting time. The reason I came down here is because you offered me a job as a singer.
I got news for you.
Good or bad?
You're hired.
There's bad news tonight.
But Archie, will Mr. Duffy like my singing?
Of course Duffy will like it. What does he know about music? That guy. You mentioned Stradivarius, Tom. He thinks you're talking about a violin.
But Archie, the Stradivarius is a violin.
Well, once in a while he makes a lucky guess. Besides, Duffy ain't got nothing to say about the place. I'm the real figurehead around here.
Then why is the place called Duffy's Tavern?
Well, originally we intended to call it Archie's Tavern, but Mater, that's my father, you know, he's kind of lousy with social tradition. He didn't want the family name dragged through the mud. In fact, when I came to work here, it was enough of a shock to him that I sullied myself with honest toil.
You ain't sullied yourself much lately.
Archie, your father must be very rich.
Rich to the point of avarice. Chiquita, it has been said that Dad is so rich that he has no poor relatives.
Your father, he sounds very interesting.
Yes, very. And one of the things that I always promised him is that someday, before he dies, that I'd make him a muchacho.
You'd make him a what?
A muchacho, you know, a grandfather. So, what do you say? Will you marry me?
Well, Archie, before I give you my answer, I would like to be introduced to this rich father of yours.
So would I. He's very busy with the moment with his real estate. He just took an option on Lapland, you know. You don't want it to lapse. I inherited his sense of humor, you know, as well as I expect to inherit his money. So how about it, Chiquita? Will you marry me?
In my country, it is customary to meet the groom's father before we talk of marriage.
His name is a tiger. Okay, Chiquita, I'll see if I can get Dad to meet you. Just go over and wait in that corner booth there.
Very well.
George, how can I act like your father?
Why not?
But I don't look like you. I'm more the Dean Acheson type.
Forget what you look like. Just remember, you're my father and you're filthy rich. Oh, Chiquita.
Yes?
Chiquita, I would like you to meet Dad.
Oh, how do you do? I'm delighted.
Oh, how do you do? I'm filthy.
Archie, this is your father?
Oh, don't forget, they don't make parents like they used to.
Archie, Archie, this is very strange.
What's strange?
You look older than he does.
Well, having a father like this ages a kid very fast. Dad,
Yes?
tell Chiquita a few things about me.
Well, Archie always had a lot of stick-to-itiveness.
He did?
Oh, yes. I'll never forget his school days. He stayed 5 years in the 3rd grade.
5 years in the 3rd grade?
Yeah. He didn't want to embarrass me. I was in the 4th.
Archie, your father sounds a little eccentric.
Just at times, you know. It's an old family birthmark. You see, when I was born, they dropped him on his head.
Well, I suppose rich men have a right to be eccentric.
Of course, but money covers everything. Oh, by the way, Dad.
Yes?
Do something rich.
Well, okay, son. I'll drink a glass of milk. My ulcer is killing me.
Ulcer? Dad, why so modest? You know you have at least 3 ulcers.
Well, that's true, son, but I don't like to brag about the other 2. It makes the poor people envious.
Sometimes you're just too kind. But getting back to you, Chiquita.
Just a second, Archie. Let your father talk. I think he's very cute.
Ah, go on.
Tell me, are you married?
No, I'm a bit of a widow. I lost my wife 10 years ago.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, must go looking for her sometime.
Dad, you're precious. You say you are a widower?
That's right.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get out of here.
For Chiquita.
Don't worry, Archie. You can count on me.
Count on you.
Yes. I'll always try to be a good mother to you.
Oh, no.
Come on, Dad.
Okay, my little cucaracha.
Just a second, Finnegan.
Finnegan?
Finnegan was my maiden name. Well, let's get out of here, Chiquita. And, son...
Yes, Dad?
This was the nicest Father's Day present you could have given me.
You know, Eddie, the more I think about Father's Day, the more I realize there's something missing in me life.
Something missing, huh?
Yep. My knee is just like the British Empire. No sun ever sets on it. Look at me. 31 years old. All alone. A bachelor with nobody to carry on me proud name for humanity.
On behalf of humanity, I thank you.
Eddie, please, have a little compassion.
Okay, Dad. What do you want for Father's Day? A nice necktie?
Don't be a wise guy, Eddie. Not that I'm spoiling a necktie, if you really mean it, but if you really want to be nice to me, you know what I'd like?
What?
A nice case of Blatt's beer. That's the ideal gift, Eddie. You know, when you give Blatt's, you don't have to worry about whether you got the right size or whether it's the right color. With Blatt's beer, you know you bought the best.
In other words, a gift that's in good taste and a gift that tastes good, too.
A gift that's in good taste. Hey, that's a good slogan. We must send that to the Blatt's Company. But all kidding aside, to you folks listening, and I say, If you want to make this Sunday a real big day for a mighty swell guy, if you want to say that you're pretty fond of him and that you think they don't come any better, then say it with Blatt's beer. And that's something the family will do good to remember all year round, too, because life with Father can be a real happy one if you always keep a good supply of cool, refreshing Blatt's beer in the refrigerator. You'll find that if Dad knows best, then it's 10-1 that Dad knows Blatt's. It's Milwaukee's finest, and don't forget, Milwaukee is the premium beer capital of the world. Yes, sir, the people in Milwaukee drink more Blatt's than any other beer, and that goes for all Wisconsin, too. So take a tip. Just try it once. Try it for Father's Day. And I guarantee you'll be back every day. Good night, everybody.
I'm from Milwaukee, and I ought to know it's the same old story wherever you go. This is the tune you will always hear. Blatt's is Milwaukee's finest beer.
Be sure to listen next week at the same time to Duffy's Tavern, transcribed over most of these same stations. Blatt's Beer is on the air. Blatt's Beer is everywhere. Blatt's, Milwaukee's finest beer, brings you transcribed Duffy's Tavern, starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner. Friends, good taste isn't a matter of geography. A good, juicy steak is appreciated just as much in Los Angeles as it is in New York or Milwaukee. And the same goes for good beer. Take Blatt's, for example. There's nothing unusual about the good taste of the people who have made Blatt's the largest selling beer in Milwaukee, premium beer capital of the nation. They're the same kind of particular people who have made Blatt's the largest selling Milwaukee beer in scores of other cities in 48 states and 29 foreign countries. Yes, from B to Z, from best to zest, the bywords Blatt's, B-L-A-T-Z, from coast to coast, Milwaukee's finest beer.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern, where you'll eat, meat to eat, and drink Blatt's beer. Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. What's cooking? Nothing. The chef just quit. No, the hours was okay, and the pay was okay. It was his cooking. He couldn't stand it. What'll our customers do if we don't serve some food? Do the same as when we serve food. They'll eat someplace else. Besides, there's only a few customers in the joint. Well, Herbie the midget's here. Yeah, just got out of the hospital. Poor little guy. Spent 2 whole weeks in an oxygen symbol. What was his trouble? He had kidney pebbles. And guess who else is back from the hospital? Sailor Slavinsky. Well, you remember that $100 bill he had tattooed on his chest? He was robbed. Huh? No, just a flesh wound. But the joke was on the crook. The tattoo was counterfeit. Hey, that reminds me, Slippery McGuire's coming down tonight. Huh? It's all because he sold you that vanishing cream for Mrs. Duffy? But Duffy, he didn't guarantee to make a vanish permanent. Okay, so he's a phony. But he's my pal. And I will brook no insults on his behalf. Good day, sir. Eddie.
Yes, sir, Mr. Archie?
Eddie, Slippery McGuire's coming down here tonight, so leave us lay out the welcome mat for him, huh?
We can't do it.
Why not?
He swiped it the last time he was here.
Well, that's all in the past, Eddie. Slippery's gone straight. After all, a leopard can change his spots, can't he?
Well, if he does, it'll be for stripes.
Just a second. I'll have you know that Slippery McGuire and me has been pals ever since our school days.
Some pal. Every time that crook comes down here, he swindles you out of your money, and you wind up calling him a dirty, thieving crook.
Well, that's true friendship. The guy must think an awful lot of me to put up with it. You know, Slippery McGuire and me has been pals ever since our school days. We was in PS4 together.
Is that so?
Yeah, he was even treasurer of our graduating class.
You mean you graduated with Slippery?
Miss Duffy, yes. As a matter of fact, there was no graduation that year. The cap and gown money disappeared.
He started kind of young, didn't he?
Yeah, and it was quite a blow to Slippery's father, one of the finest men I've ever met. But it wasn't his fault he couldn't guide Slippery in the right direction.
How come?
He could only see him on visiting days.
A tip off the old cell block, huh?
Yeah.
What about his mother?
Mrs. McGuire, sweet old lady, but she could never learn to refuse Slippery nothing. You know, she spoiled him. He'd come in and say, Mom, I need a $5 bill. She'd go right down the cellar and print one. Yeah, it was like that till the day they shaved her leg. Yeah. Poor Slip has been through plenty.
He's been through you a few times.
Maybe so, but Slip has put his past behind him. He's now in a legitimate business selling war surplus.
Like what?
Oh, pistols, shoes, flashlights, refrigerators.
Refrigerators? War surplus?
The Cold War. You know, Eddie, I'd like to throw some business Slippery's way. You might think I'm going hog wild, but you know what I'm going to buy?
Well, what?
An airplane.
An airplane?
Yeah. You know, I've always wanted to fly.
Well, have you ever considered a kite?
Don't belittle me, Eddie. You know, he's always getting rid of second-hand planes, and maybe Slippery can get me one. Imagine me own airplane, a B-29 or a BBX, you know. Flying up there in the clouds. I wonder what it's like.
You an aviator.
What's so funny?
Oh, well, you get dizzy when you eat a 3-decker sandwich. I bet even I could fly better than you.
You could fly. Miss Duffy, I'm talking about airplanes. Not Halloween night on a broom.
Listen, it so happens that the best pilots in history have been women.
Oh, yeah? Name one.
Cobina Wright.
Cobina Wright, a pilot?
Only the most important of the Wright brothers.
Well, okay, him. But that's just one. Don't try to tell me nothing about aviation. You're talking to Archie the Ace. I've got air in me veins.
Oh, yeah? Then how come you black out every time you lick an airmail stamp? Besides, what kind of a junky crate is Slippery McGuire going to palm off on you, Archie?
It ain't no junk. It's a genuine Army surplus.
I know. That crook sold Mama a surplus girdle that split the first time she wore it.
Well, don't blame the girdle just because your old lady has too much surplus.
Archie, why do you always have to say such nasty things behind Mama's back?
Well, it offers such a broad field of operation.
Oh, you never have a good word for anybody.
On the contrary, I have 5 good words for you. Hit the road.
That's only 3.
The rest ain't hard to figure.
Make a noise like a hoop and roll away.
Say, Mr. Archie.
What is it, Eddie?
Your friend Slippery McGuire is here.
How do you know?
I just reached into my pocket and found myself shaking hands with him.
Eddie, quiet. You'll embarrass me.
Well, Archie, my old pal.
Well, Slippery, my old buddy.
My old schoolmate.
My old sidekick.
The next voice you hear will be that of the old prosecuting attorney.
Eddie, cut out the rejoinders. Well, Slip, it's great to see you. I guess you've been working hard?
Well, not too hard, Arch. I like to take things easy.
Yeah, you do it that, and yet you're a success. How do you do it, Slip? What's your point?
Very simple, Arch. Hear no evil, speak no evil, and keep moving.
Still the same old Slip. You know, I've missed you lately. You must have been away, huh?
Oh, only for 30 days.
Uh-huh. What was you doing?
30 days. I mean, I've been putting in some time for the government. You know, working on this surplus army stuff.
Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to ask you, Slip. Ain't it a little late to be selling army surplus?
Arch, come here. This is surplus army surplus.
You're right on the ball, ain't you?
Sure, Arch. I'm only selling things that people can use in practical everyday life.
Yeah, practical everything?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, like landing barges, steam shovels, Quonset huts, anchors, ripcords, parachutes.
Just a second. What's practical about a ripcord? What else are you selling?
Well, let's put it this way, Arch. What do you need?
Well, I don't really need nothing, but I was kind of toying with the idea. Silly to say.
Go ahead, tell your old pal.
Nah, it's too absurd.
What is it, Arch?
I was thinking of an airplane.
A fighter or a bomber?
Slim, you mean there's a chance?
Look, Arch, how much have you got to spend?
Well, not very much, just $14.
$14? For that, I wouldn't sell a plane to my own brother.
Well, that's all I got.
Brother, you bought yourself a plane. Of course, for that price, it won't be a four-motor job.
No, 4 motors.
No.
Well, how about one of them helium copters?
Oh, well, that's a cinch. Just give me the $14 and I'll go get it out of stock before somebody else grabs it.
Okay, here you are. Slip, good luck and happy landing.
Roger.
Wilco.
Arch, you're taking to it like a duck to water. See you later, you ace you.
So long, Slip. Oh, boy. Hey, Eddie.
Yeah?
Hey, guess what? Slippery's going to get me one of them helium copters.
The what?
One of them airplanes you can land on a dime.
3-1 that Slippery don't leave you a dime to land it on.
Oh, no? Eddie, I can see myself right now. Me hands froze to the controls. Coming in for a graceful crash landing. All of a sudden, I get a flash on the radio. Stand by for ceiling 0. Oh, Finnegan. Hey, Finnegan, maybe you'd be interested in my new project. Do you like flying?
No, not me.
Why not?
My arms get tired.
What I mean is, Slippery McGuire was just here, and he's in the Army surplus business.
Arch, you're out of his mind.
Why?
Who's going to buy a surplus army? Hey, did you buy anything from him?
Yeah, I bought an airplane.
No fooling. What kind?
Well, you know what a helium copter is?
Sure, a guy who cops helium.
Well, not exactly.
No?
It's an airplane. And terrific. It can go straight up in the air and straight down, sideways, frontwards, backwards, you know, ambidextrous. And in fact, it can do everything that a bird can do.
Oh, yeah? I'd like to see it either one.
You know, I think you've got a nice, clean air pocket where your head should be.
Thanks, Arch. I've always considered myself air-minded.
So have I.
But there's only one thing I can't understand.
What's that?
What holds an airplane up in the air?
Well, that's the thing I'll have to explain to you. You know, it's one of the basic laws of physics. For instance, you take air, that's H2O. It's much heavier than water. Now, on the other hand, metal is a conductor which conducts the oxygen through the hydrogen, which creates a vacuum which gives us gravity. Which, in turn, naturally pulls the plane up into the air. Is it clear so far?
Arch, what am I, a dope?
No, but even I had a little trouble with it at first. Well, to go on, you see, we take the stratosphere.
What's that?
Well, it's what it sounds like. It's a fear of high places. Stratosphere. Now, in order to fly a straight line, the navigator checks the ground speed against the plane speed, which is, shall we assume, 200 Fahrenheit an hour?
Arch, that sounds like a lot of Fahrenheit.
Well, don't forget, we've come a long way since the days when we had to land a plane by hand. Today we have automatic horsepower, frequency modulation, wing spreads as high as 39 RPM, automatic tail fins in case the rudder goes on the blink. You know what used to happen in the old days when the rudder went on the blink?
The cow didn't give no milk.
Are you sure this whole conversation ain't been too mechanical for you?
No, not at all. By the way, how's chances for a job on your plane?
Well, I don't know. You think you're right for the air?
As right as I am for the land. Oh, come on now. Give me a break. I could help run your aeroplane. You know, my Uncle Pierre was a famous flyer.
Your Uncle Pierre?
Well, yeah. He was the first guy to try to cross the channel in a balloon. And Art, guess what he used for ballast?
What?
A case of Black's beer. Yeah.
A very tasty ballast.
Yeah.
Did he have any trouble getting the balloon across the channel?
Well, it would have been a perfect crossing, but for one thing.
What was that?
He never got the balloon off the ground.
Why not?
He just couldn't bring himself to throw that ballast overboard.
Well, with a wonderful beer like that, you can hardly blame the guy. But tell me, Finnegan, didn't that balloon ever get up in the air?
Oh, yeah, one time, Art. My uncle took the blast out of the balloon, and it sailed way up in the air. 5,000 feet, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 50,000, 40,000.
Back to 40,000?
Air pocket. Yeah. And then up to 50,000 feet, 100,000
Wait a minute, Finnegan. Nobody could live at 100,000 feet.
The very words my uncle said as he sat there on the ground sipping his blast.
You know, your uncle was a very smart guy. Well, I'm back. You're back. What? Huh? Tell me, where's me helium?
Look, Arch, we've hit a little snag here. The Army's getting a little sticky about their aeroplanes.
Yeah, huh?
We'll have to clear this deal through Washington.
Who in Washington?
Come here, Arch. Nobody listening?
No.
Can I trust you?
Certainly.
The man I'm talking about is you know who.
No kidding. You know who?
Arch, please don't mention names. Yes, sir, we're taking this right up to the top. Give me the phone.
Yeah, what?
Thanks. Hello, operator. Washington, D.C., please. Hello, Arch.
This is Slip.
Oh, Cat Frisbee, Lee himself.
Hey, look, Dean, I got something for you to clear through, you know who. Yeah, a buddy of mine wants to buy a helicopter. Yeah, something in the $10 to $15 bracket. In the bag? Swell, Dean. Well, give my regards to the gang on Pennsylvania Avenue. Oh, by the way, tell Harry I'm still trying to get that Spike Jones record of the Missouri Walk, will you? So long, Dean. You're all set. You got yourself an airplane.
Oh, gee, thanks. Boy, I can hardly wait till I take me first spin in that helium
Your
copter.
first spin? Just a minute. You won't be able to take that plane up in the air.
Why not?
No propeller.
What?
Did you ever hear of anybody buying an airplane with a propeller for $14?
No.
Well, then let's be reasonable.
Okay, how much more for the propeller?
$1.
I ain't got $1. All I got is this lucky piece here, Slip, if you're willing to take it. It's just a Chinese coin.
Chinese coin. What's it worth?
200,000 yen.
What's that in American money?
$1.
Well, let's see what it says here in the catalog. Let's see. Helicopter, $14. Helicopter landing gear, $12. Oh, here it is. Helicopter propeller, 200,000 yen.
Boy, I was right on a button, huh?
This is your lucky day, Art. And now that I got the final okay from you-know-who, I'll arrange immediate delivery. And here's your official handbook of flying instructions with the personal autograph of Gregory Peck.
The greatest flyer of them all.
Well, so long, Art. See you in the cockpit.
So long, Slip. Boy, Eddie, this is wonderful. I can see myself already. Whizzing across the continent, transatlantic flights across the Pacific. Can you imagine it? Breakfast in Duffy's Tavern. 2 hours later, lunch at the Miami Biltmore in Chicago. 10 hours later, supper at the Hollywood Bowl.
Well, what held you up between Chicago and Hollywood?
Well, I had to stop. I needed gas.
Not if you had breakfast at Duffy's Tavern.
I don't see the connection.
Well, we're all set.
Oh, Slip, hey, I forgot to ask you, where am I going to keep this helium copter?
In a hangar, of course.
A hangar? Where am I going to get a hangar?
Well, don't you know anybody that might sell you one?
Oh. Slip, hey, maybe you could, huh?
Don't you think this is carrying friendship a little too far?
Yeah.
Although it just so happens I do have a few hangars in stock.
You do?
Yeah.
Slip, could you spare me just one?
Well,
just for old time's sake.
Oh, what's the use, Art? You always get around me. I'm too short-hearted for my own good. How much dough you got left?
Well, I'm broke, dear. You took me last $14.
Well, that was your money. How about the cash register?
Slip, are you suggesting arson? That's Duffy's money.
So what? An airplane hangar right here on his roof will mean more business for Duffy, won't it?
Hello, Duffy's Tavern. Eddie, the ground crew speaking. Oh, hello, Mr. Duffy. Mr. Archie? You mean Archie the pilot? He's busy, dipping his wings in the cash register.
By the way, how much is this hangar?
Well, let's see the catalog here. List price, June, that's $7.
Well, that's okay. I got $10 here.
$10? Oh. Well, that's June. Let's see. July, $8. August, $9. Arch, what month is this?
September.
That'll make it even $10. Yes, sir. And to show you what a good fellow I am, with the hangar, I'm going to throw in a windsock.
Well, thanks, Flip. I wear a size 12.
I'll make a note of that. Well, Art, One more meeting with our contact, you-know-who, and we'll have you up in the air. I'll be right back with the plane.
Hey, Slip's $2.
Well, okay, Arch, and here's your wings. You-know-who insisted that I give them to you at the wholesale price.
Gee.
Yeah. Now, Arch, you're all set. I'll be right back with the plane.
Hey, Slip. 2 1/4.
And here you are, Arch. Your genuine never-leak parachute. Together with a box of emergency tire patches.
Gee.
Well, Arch, it looks like you're all set. I'll be right back with the plane.
75, 85, 90 cents. Here it is, Flip.
Okay, Arch, and here's your non-skid, white-wall, retractable landing gear.
Gee. Well, Flip, when do I get me plane?
Yep. Just as soon as I get final clearance from you-know-who.
Flip. It's empty.
Empty, huh? Well, never mind that, Arch. I got great news for you. Congratulations.
For what?
I've just been in conference with you-know-who, and you know what?
Who? I mean, what?
Hold on to your hat, kid. He's coming down here tonight to install the hangar in person.
In person? What an honor, huh?
Exactly. And naturally, before he puts in the hangar, he'll want to look over your pilot's license.
Your pilot's license?
Yeah, that's just a formality, of course.
Look, I ain't got no pilot's license.
No pilot's license?
No.
This is a fine time to tell me that.
Is it serious?
Oh, what have we got ourselves into? Do you know what the fine is for operating a plane in a hangar without a license?
How much?
$29.15.
Look, this is terrible. Can't you fix it with the you-know-who?
Well, now, look, that depends. But where am I going to get $29.15?
Let me see. How about the dough I gave you for the plane and the hangar and the parachute and stuff?
How much was that?
$29.15.
By George, that's quick thinking, Arch. I'll take it right over to you-know-who. So long, little pal.
So long, Flip, and thanks a million. Gee, Eddie, I don't know what I'd do without my old pal, Slippery.
Say, Archie.
Oh, hello, Officer Clancy. You look kind of tired. What you been doing?
I've been looking for a swindler who's been operating on 3rd Avenue.
Oh, yeah? What's his name?
You-know-who.
Three from 5 is 2. Carry the 3 B's and add 4.
What you doing, Miss Duffy?
I'm subtracting $29.15 from your weekly salary.
What's so tough about that?
Did you ever try to subtract $29.15 from $15? And all because you had that crazy idea about being a great flyer.
Yeah, and I didn't even come close.
Well, don't feel too bad. After all, you did succeed in making an ace of yourself.
Don't try to cheer me up, Miss Duffy. What really burns me up is that I had me heart set on taking a plane trip to Milwaukee.
Well, maybe you can't go to Milwaukee, but we can bring Milwaukee to you.
How do you mean?
Here, have a black beer.
Thanks, Miss Duffy. You know, I guess you could travel everywhere and never find a better or more refreshing beer than black.
Right you are, Archie. So right that if you took a palate preference poll of the people in Milwaukee or in the state of Wisconsin, you'd find the majority, and I mean the great majority, would agree with you. Yes, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the premium beer capital of America, the brewing center of the USA, the home of our finest beers, Blatz, B-L-A-T-Z, is the largest selling beer and by a great and growing margin. Friends, You don't have to come from Milwaukee to appreciate Black. Try Black tomorrow. Compare it with any beer at any price. Your own good taste will tell you what folks in Milwaukee have known for almost 100 years, that Black, B-L-A-T-Z, Black is Milwaukee's finest beer.
I'm from Milwaukee and I ought to know. It's the same old story wherever you go. This is the tune you will always hear. That is Milwaukee's finest beer.
Be sure to listen next week at the same time to Duffy's Tavern, transcribed over most of these same stations.
Here's all you need to know about wine. C-R-E-S-T-A, B-L-A-N-C-A. Cresta Blanca. Cresta Blanca. When it's wine you want, and only the best will do, when it's wine you want to make the occasion truly memorable, remember two beautiful words, Cresta Blanca. Cresta.
The Ronald Colemans will be back next Wednesday on NBC.
Black's Beer is on the air. Black's Beer is everywhere. Black's, Milwaukee's finest beer, brings you transcribed Duffy's Tavern, starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner. Friends, good taste isn't a matter of geography. A good, juicy steak is appreciated just as much in Los Angeles as it is in New York or Milwaukee. And the same goes for good beer. Take Black's, for example. There's nothing unusual about the good taste of the people who have made Black's the largest selling beer in Milwaukee, premium beer capital of the nation. They're the same kind of particular people who have made Black's the largest selling Milwaukee beer in scores of other cities in 48 states and 29 foreign countries. Yes, from B to Z, from best to zest. The bywords Black's, B-L-A-T-Z, from coast to coast, Milwaukee's finest beer.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern, where you'll eat, meat to eat, and drink Black's beer. Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. Business? Well, we had one customer yesterday and one customer today. Huh? The same one? Duffy, our customer should live that long. Well, you know, war business has its ups and downs. This just happens to be a big day in our downs. Well, tonight we got Barry Nelson, the Hollywood cinema star, coming down. Very handsome guy, Duffy. Huh? What's he got that you ain't got? Well, hair, looks, personality, and a neck. Also, the dames go for the cleft in his chin. You got 3 clefts in your chin? Duffy, when they run sideways, they ain't clefts. Well, look, why don't you come down tonight? We're starting a sidewalk cafe with the chairs and the tables out in the sidewalk. Yeah, we're moving the inside out and calling it the outside in. You don't like it? Well, don't blame me, Duffy. It was our landlord's idea. Well, why don't you pay the rent? I know it's revolutionary. Duffy, I agree it's against our policy. But, Duff, huh? Stop arguing, I'm fired? Oh, yeah?
What's the trouble, Mr. Archie?
That's that Duffy again. Why I work here, I'll never know. Especially the way this job is affecting me social life.
How do you mean?
Well, take me girlfriend. She's ashamed of me. Hmm? For years she's been urging me to quit tending bar here. She says it just ain't respectable.
Well, which girlfriend?
Peaches Latour, the fan dancer. She's so embarrassed about me job here, she introduces me to her friends as Archie, the unemployed chicken plucker. So I've been thinking it over, Eddie. How long can a guy be a failure?
How old are you?
I've had enough of this. I've decided I'm really the executive type, so I'm going to quit.
Say, Archie.
Yeah, Miss Duffy, and this time I mean it.
But, Mr. Archie, what other kind of a job could you get?
I can handle other jobs, Eddie, with the experience I've garnished working this place.
Such as?
Well, me experience shaking out tablecloths. That could easily lead to a career as a bullfighter.
And you have other talents in that direction, too.
Look, Miss Duffy, the point I'm making is that one of these days I'll be an executive and have my own business.
What do you know about being an executive?
What's there to know? An executive is a man who has to be very pompous and dignified and usually very stiff. He has to be culpable of making quick decisions, like whether to take 2 or 3 hours for lunch, whether to order 1 or 2 bottles of Blatt's beer.
I see.
Among other things, he has to figure which secretary he has to chase around the desk. And before so doing, whether to swivel his chair clockwise or counterclockwise.
Mr. Archie.
Yeah, Eddie?
You better hide the cash register quick. Here comes that crooked pal of yours, Slippery McGuire.
That crook has the nerve to come back here?
Well, Archie, pal of my cradle days.
Well, Slippery McGuire, the guy that swiped me cradle.
Well, Archie, admit it. At least I was the first guy to put you on your feet.
But you didn't have to steal the safety pins and leave me holding the bag.
Now, look here, Arch. What do you got against me?
What about that aeroplane you rooked me for? That helium copter? And the time before that, when you sold me that phony perpetual motion machine.
You mean the perpetual motion machine didn't work?
It did not.
Did you wind it every hour like I told you?
Well, no.
And why not?
I don't know. I guess I just forgot it, Slip.
Arch, that proves you're a born executive. No mind for details.
Funny thing you should mention it, me being an executive. I've just been saying the same thing myself.
Well, it looks like I've timed it right, too.
Yeah, huh?
Arch, say that again.
Yeah, huh?
What a voice. What a voice. Funny it never dawned on me.
No, huh?
What a sensational voice for radio.
Yeah, huh?
What a voice. What resonance. What authority. Arch, did you ever think of becoming a disc jockey?
Well, I was thinking more of becoming an executive.
Well, in that case, how would you like to be the first disc jockey to own his own radio station?
Slip. Where would I get a radio station?
Radio station? Arch, what a small world we live in. Guess what I got outside in me truck?
No.
Yeah. But no, I could never let you have that magnificent equipment.
Well, Slip, why not?
A very convincing argument, Arch. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a break. You can have it. And at retail.
How much?
$50.
Can you shave it a little?
How much?
$18?
Not in a million years.
That's all I got, Slip.
Hey, on second thought, in a million years, that equipment might be obsolete. It's yours for $18, pal. I'll go out to the truck and bring it in.
If I'm going to that radio business, I gotta figure out some theme songs for the sponsors. Now, let's see. For Schimmelbacher the baker, we could sing Shortening Bread. For Johnson's Pet Shop, Trees. Let's see. For Cavendish the Undertaker, let's see.
How about 2 minutes of dead air?
We ain't gonna have no dead air, Eddie. This is gonna be a high-class broadcast station. We're gonna advertise quality products.
Like what?
Well, like Blatt's beer. Listen to this commercial I just wrote. Folks, when you want something delicious and refreshing, have a Blatt's beer.
Thank you, Archie, me boy. I don't mind if I do.
See the value of advertising? Serve Officer Clancy a Blatt's beer, Eddie.
Oh, thank you, Archie. Boy, am I glad to be off duty. I've been walking that beat all day.
Huh? Tough on the dogs, huh?
Archie, I'm telling you, at night when I get home and pull off me shoes, it takes me feet 10 minutes to stop spreading. Hey, Archie, what's that you got there?
It's a radio commercial I wrote for Blatt's beer.
Radio commercial, is it? But how does it go?
Well, first I say Blatt's is a wonderful beer. It not only has a wonderful flavor, but in sales, it outstrips.
Hold on, Archie, just a minute.
What's wrong?
You can't say that word on the air.
What word?
Outstrips.
Well, then we put it different. We say Blatt's is the largest selling beer in Milwaukee.
Hold on, Archie.
What's wrong now?
That word Milwaukee.
What's wrong with Milwaukee?
Archie, it's obvious. What do you think of when you hear walkie?
Walkie, legs.
See what I mean? You can't say that on the air.
Well, suppose I say Blatt's is the largest selling beer in a certain city in Wisconsin.
Archie, that's the worst one yet.
Wisconsin?
Yeah. What are the last 3 letters in Wisconsin?
I see what you mean. But, Clancy, that'd ruin the commercial. All it leaves me is just Blatt's beer.
Well, that's good enough for me. So long, Archie.
Well, I guess you're right. And, Eddie, you know he's right. That's good enough for anybody. Well, it looks like I'm all set for my own network. Now, which sounds better, Eddie? Niles, Archie, or Archie Paley?
Well, Arch, here's your new broadcasting station. Ain't it a beaut?
Broadcasting? Slip that little box thing?
What do you want for $18? Page boys?
I know, Slip.
Look, Arch, a man with your scientific mind knows that size means nothing if the transmitter has a built-in oscillating thermostat with a hydromatic turbine.
Well, that's true. By the way, has it got kilocycles?
A very shrewd question. And the answer is no. The stations with the kilocycles work on AC or DC.
What does this work on?
Kerosene.
I just wanted to see if you knew. Well, here's the $18, Slip.
Thanks, Arch. Well, so long, kid.
So long. Wait a minute, Eddie. Look over there.
Where?
There, that guy that just came in. I think it's Barry Nelson.
Yeah? What makes you think so?
I don't know. It's something in his manner, the way he walks, the way he acts, the way his necktie lights up and says, Barry Nelson, star of stage, screen, and radio.
Hello, Archie.
Hello, Barry. Well, welcome to the Tavern, kid. How come you never been down here before?
Well, it's just one of those things.
What do you mean, what things?
Those things. There goes one now.
Quick, Eddie, the DDT.
It ain't here.
What happened to it?
Those things ate it up.
Well, Barry, now that you've seen the place, I guess it reminds you of them swanky eating places in Hollywood, huh?
Yeah, now that you mention it, the tavern does remind me of the inside of the Brown Derby.
Inside of the Derby?
Yeah, the sweat band.
That old Hollywood humor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been reading about your new movie, Barry. What's the name of it again?
The Man with My Face.
Oh, yeah, that's right. For a drink?
No, thanks.
Oh, then would you like to meet some of the gang here?
Oh, who's first?
Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny...
Say, Arch.
Schmo.
Say, Arch, tell me, that drink you offered me, did I have it?
No.
Oh, well, I need it now.
Hey, Arch, this guy's face looks familiar.
Well, it should, Finnegan. He's a movie actor.
That's right, Arch. I know him all right, but I just can't think of his name.
Well, I'll give you a hint. It's a combination of the names of Barry Fitzgerald and Nelson Eddy.
Barry Fitzgerald and Nelson Eddy. Oh, gosh, well, Eddie Fitzgerald.
Finnegan, it's Barry Nelson.
Oh. Are you the man with my face?
I hope not. So, you know me from pictures?
Oh, yeah. Ever since I seen you on the screen, I've been dying to meet you.
I see you made it. By the way, which of my pictures did you see?
Oh, all of them. Guy named Joe, a Yank on the Burma Road, Wing Victory. I sneaked into every one of them.
You sneaked into the movies, Finnegan. Don't you know that crime don't pay?
So what? Neither do I.
Well, how'd you manage to sneak in, Finnegan?
How I managed to sneak in? Well, it's a bit of a trade secret, Barry, but I guess I can tell you. My method is a beauty.
Well, how does it work?
Well, I saunter up to the doorman, very nonchalantly, of course, and I kick him in the chin.
Then what?
Well, if luck is with me, he punches me in the nose and knocks me flat.
Well, how does that get you inside?
Barry, a high-class theater ain't going to leave something like me laying around the lobby.
You get a punch in it. I mean, no wonder your face looks like a double feature. You know, Barry, with a mind like Finnegan has, ain't there some job in Hollywood that he'd be fitted for?
Yeah, but they got enough producers out there already.
I see what you mean. Look, will you beat it, Finnegan?
Okay, but where'll I go?
Join the human race. It went that away.
Say, Archie, introduce me to Barry Nelson.
Okay, Barry Nelson, the man with my face, meet Miss Duffy, who's stuck with hers.
How do you do?
I'm happy to meet you.
Well, pleasure is mutual, I'm sure.
Gee, you're cute.
Thank you.
And you have such a manly face.
Thank you. May I say the same for you.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Mr. Nelson, I have a problem.
Just one?
I've been trying to get a job in Hollywood. Do you suppose you could help me?
Well, I don't know. What could you do?
Act. Just listen to this. Peter, give me that letter. Do you hear, Peter? We're through, Peter. Do you hear? Washed up. Do you hear? Finished. Do you hear? Well, do you hear?
Looks like Peter ain't got his hearing aids in.
Miss Duffy, where did you learn to act like that?
I paid $100 for a course in acting, and already I've been taken for Betty Davis.
You've also been taken for $100.
Look, Miss Duffy, you're excused, please.
All right. Good night, Barry.
Goodbye, Miss Duffy.
Skylar 45098.
Well, thank goodness that's over, but I'm glad you're here tonight, Barry. You know, I just become the proud owner of a new broadcasting station.
Well, that's wonderful, Arch. Where's it located?
You're leaning on it. And guess what? I'm going to be a disc jockey, and I'm going to be different, Barry. Not like the rest of them disc jockeys.
What are you going to do, ride a side saddle?
Now, quiet, everybody. We're about to go on the air with the new radio station. Eddie, as soon as you hear the time signal, start the opening announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, this station operates on an infrequency of kilocycles with more power to the authority of watts than is authorized by the FCC.
That makes it sound official.
And here he is, your favorite disc jockey, Peter Piper himself, Archie.
Thank you, Don. Good evening, ladies and gents. This is your friendly friend, Archie, the disc jockey. Before we start this mighty fine little radio program, a word from one of our sponsors. As you know, this program is sponsored by 3rd Avenue's leading merchants. So, to lovers of good music and pumpernickel, we suggest Ludwig Schimmelbacher's Bakery. Ludwig Schimmelbacher, the baker. Remember the spelling. B-A-K-E-R. And for a real goodie, try one of Schimmelbacher's homemade pies. Yum, yum, yum. So the next time you're thinking of eating pies, remember...
LSMFH. LSMFH.
LSMFH. Ludwig Schimmelbacher makes fine huckleberry. So don't say bread, say Schimmelbacher. And now, folks, I would like you to meet our guest star tonight. None other than our guest star, Mr. Barry Nelson. Hello, Barry.
Hello, Archie.
And now a word from one of our sponsors. Folks, do you feel tired, sluggish, run down? Then here's a friendly suggestion. See Cavendish, the Undertaker. Try Cavendish's new layaway plan. And folks, don't envy Cavendish a customer. Be one. Remember, Cavendish coffins are spot welded. No metal can touch you.
Don't forget, folks, save the box top.
And now back to our guest star. Tell me, Barry, what was you saying again?
The name of the picture is The Man with My Face.
Thank you, Barry. And now, a word from one of our sponsors, 3rd Avenue's famous voice and piano teacher, Yasha Panyaslavnik. Here is one of Yasha Panyaslavnik's star pupils, Miss Duffy, who will render us with a song. If you please, Miss Duffy.
Not a thought, not a care, with a heart, never there, I am free as the sea. Like the Lord who adored, disregard, do I sing merrily. With a laugh and a dance, my delight to a trance, but I will not but glee. And the words that I bring, and the theme that I sing, is the song of a heart that's free. Laughing all the day. Chaffing cares away. Hear my song today. Not a thought, not a care. With a heart, never there, I am free as the sea. And the words that I sing, and the theme that I sing, is a song of a heart.
listening in, Yasha Panya Slavnik can do the same thing to your voice. And now, back to our guest star, Barry Nelson.
Well, the man with my face is a picture of one of those guys who...
Just a second, Barry.
Not another word from the sponsor.
I forgot one of the main features. The Poet's Corner.
The Poet's Corner?
Yes, sir. Maestro, some soft music, please. Folks, as we wend our way down life's beaten path, 'tis whence that cometh through the twilight. I hark me to the merry voice of the lark, as it twits and twills at eventide, and says, quoth, "Be brave, O sailor lad, be brave." Signed, Nick Kenny. Yes, sir, Barry, it's great to have you in the studio. Go ahead, Barry, take over.
Well, my new picture...
Archie, I want to talk to you.
Oh, hello, Mr. Clancy.
Archie, what's going on here?
Nothing. I'm a disc jockey. I got my own broadcasting station.
Have you got a license?
A license? Oh, no, I ain't, frankly.
Then it's either $5,000 fine or 5 years in jail.
Why didn't you tell me about this license, McGuire?
Just a second. Officer, I defy you to prove that this is a real broadcasting station.
Slip, you mean to tell me you sold me a phony broadcasting company? You dirty crook.
Of course it's a phony. Arch, you're an old pal of mine. Do you think I'd place you in a spot where you could be put in jail for 5 years? Do you?
Well...
Now apologize for calling me a crook.
Well, I'm sorry, Slip. Does that answer your question, Clancy? We wasn't even on the air.
Archie, you're smarter than I thought you were.
Well, Archie, maybe it's just as well we weren't on the air.
Why, Barry?
People might have been listening. Good night, Archie.
Good night, Barry, and I hope your new picture, The Man with My Face, is a big success. For that broadcasting station, maybe I should have hired a name orchestra and a singer, maybe a comedy theme.
What are you doing, Mr. Archie?
Trying to figure out why my radio program was a flop.
A flop? You wasn't even on the air.
Don't bother me with technicalities. Yeah, what we need is comedy. You know, that's something to make people laugh, like Jack Benny.
Jack Benny? That guy never made me laugh.
Well, you ain't got no sense of humor.
It goes deeper than that, Arch. I ain't got a radio.
What do you want to do with a radio program anyway, Archie?
Well, a radio program, I could tell people about things that's important, like Blatt's beer.
Oh, that's silly.
What do you mean, silly?
Because everybody knows about Blatt's beer.
Yeah.
Sure, Arch. Everybody knows that Blatt's is Milwaukee's finest beer.
Well, that's right, but...
That's right, Mr. Archie. Everybody knows that Blatt's is the largest selling beer in Milwaukee.
Well, yeah, but...
And all Wisconsin, too.
Yeah,
So what do you want to tell people about Blatt's beer for?
That's a good question, Miss Duffy. One I'd like to answer, if I may. You see, Miss Duffy, one of the things that makes America great is its freedom of choice. We're all familiar with the 4 freedoms, but few of us ever think of that other great freedom, the 5th freedom, freedom of choice. That, Miss Duffy, is the freedom that permits you and Archie and me and every other American to buy the product, the brand of beer or butter or baked beans you want to buy, instead of the brand some dictator dooms you to buy. We have to keep on telling people about Blatt's beer, Miss Duffy, just because that freedom of choice exists. It's that freedom, folks, that permits different brands of beer to be brewed in America today. It's that freedom, friends, that forces Blatt's to compete constantly for your favor by making sure that the quality and good taste that makes Blatt's Milwaukee's finest beer is maintained. That's why we have to keep on telling you that Blatt's, B-L-A-T-Z, is Milwaukee's and America's finest beer.
I'm from Milwaukee. Milwaukee, and I ought to know. It's the same old story wherever you go. This is the tune you will always hear. Glatch's Milwaukee's finest beer.
When the occasion calls for wine, the wine to choose is Cresta Blanca, a distinguished choice for your own enjoyment. A generous gift to compliment a friend. The wine to choose is Cresta Blanca. Cresta? Blanca. Cresta Blanca. Cresta Blanca. Cresta Blanca Wine Company, Livermore, California. Since 1889, the distinguished choice in wines.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
It's Duffy's Tavern, the Friday night transcribed feature on NBC's All-Star Festival of Comedy, Music, Mystery, and Drama. Brought to you by Chesterfield, the cigarette that has for you what every smoker wants. Mildness plus no unpleasant aftertaste. The cigarette that brings you Bing Crosby and Bob Hope. By the makers of Anacin, for fast relief from pain of headache, neuritis, or neuralgia. And by RCA Victor, world leader in radio, first in recorded music, first in television. And now, here we go, friends, to Duffy's Tavern, with Bert Gordon as the Mad Russian, Hazel Sherman as Miss Duffy, our guest, Bobby Capot, and starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner.
Duffy's Tavern, where do you eat meat to eat? Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. Nice day today, huh? What's nice about it? Oh, I forgot. It's your wedding anniversary. What kind of an anniversary present did you give the obese beast? Huh? You took it to El Morocco last night? Oh, that's nice. Did you go formal? Semi-formal? You couldn't find the pants to the tuxedo. Oh. Well, how was the crowd? A wealthy heiress from South America spent $1,000? Why can't we get customers that'll spend that kind of dough? Well, look, Duffy, it takes brains to make $1,000, and if a guy has enough brains to make it, he's got too much brains to come into a joint like this. Well, okay, I'll call you back. Hey, did you hear that, Miss Duffy? A dame's spending $1,000 in a nightclub. Do you realize what you can buy for $1,000 today?
Sure. $300 worth of groceries.
For $1,000? How can that El Morocco charge that much for food?
Archie, you're not just paying for the food, you're also paying for the service.
For $1,000, what is the way to do? Take out your appendix?
Not according to Walter Winchell's column.
What do you mean?
Look here. It says here, biggest spender of the week is the South American gold mine heiress, Senorita Carmen Cabana. The glamorous Senorita has dropped over $10,000 in Broadway hotspots.
Holy cat, $10,000.
Yeah, the Cabana millions were originally made in Bolivia when the Senorita struck a mother lode.
Dame sounds like a real crumb. Striking a mother when she was loaded. No, maybe it'd be better if we kept her out of here, Miss Duffy. I hate to touch money like that. It's evil-gotten gain.
It says Senorita Cabana is stopping at the plaza.
On second thought, maybe we ought to take some of that wayward money and give it a good home. Excuse me a minute. Hello, Hotel Plaza? Do you have a cabana there? It's rented out. No, look, I'm referring to a wealthy senorita. Uh-huh. What room is she in? The 3rd, 4th, and 5th floors, huh? Well, kindly attach me to it. Hello? Senorita Cabana, please. She's what? She's taking a siesta? Well, dry her up and put her on the phone. Hello, Senorita Cabana? This is Archie, a friendly stranger. Yes, I'm the maestro at the mucho famous Casa del Duffy. Yeah, and I would like you to try mucho gusto fudo. Yeah, we also have a mucho gusto prosciutto. Huh? Where are we located? We're in the Spanish section. Lost 3rd Avenue and El Bowery. You'll come over tonight, huh? Okay. Ole. Well, she's coming over. Now, let's see. What would put her in a spending mood? Miss Duffy, what do you think would appeal to a Latin senorita?
A Latin senor.
That's an idea. Yeah, now where could we find a gigolo, you know? A romantic, dashing Latin type.
How do you do?
Wait a minute, Russian. You're the Spanish type?
In Spain, I am known as a very famous Don.
Don what?
Don't ask me. But if you should ask me, I am better known as the famous bullfighter El Stinkadoro.
You were a bullfighter?
Most dubiously.
That's pretty hard for me to believe.
It's not easy for me either. But shall we force ourselves?
Why not? I got nothing to lose but my sanity.
I will never forget. There we were standing in the middle of the ring.
Who?
Me and the bull. We were facing each other. What a horrible sight. Those long, crooked teeth, red, bloodshot eyes, those big black nostrils. And the bull was ugly, too, you know.
Got me all agog. Now, tell me, what happened?
To show my utter contempt, I am turning my back and leaning over to tie my shoelace. The bull starts towards me. Suddenly, high up in the stands, I recognize an old familiar face.
Really? Who was it?
It is me.
Now, come on, Russian. Leave us get back in the ring.
Don't push me. And now the bull waves the red cape in front of me.
Wait a minute. Ain't the cape in your hand?
Yes, but my hand is in the bull's mouth.
Well, what happened next?
The bull jumped towards me.
He lunged.
Lunged? He looked like he didn't have breakfast. He was ferocious.
Well, tell me, was you fighting?
Not for long. About 2 years.
Well, what happened after that?
The bull charged. Time to pull out my sword. The bull snorted. Time to pick up my bugle.
Why did you pick up your bugle?
Time to blow.
Russian, with only a bugle in your hand, it's a wonder you wasn't killed.
Impossible. You see, to fool the bull, I was dressed as a cow. And when the bull came close to me, I whispered, moo. Moo. So we've been going steady for the last 6 years.
Russian, this is all ridiculous. How are you going to get out of that lie?
Very simple. I'll change the subject.
Okay, leave us talk about me getting a Latin lover down here to help Senorita Cabana spend her money.
Say, Archie, how about Bobby Capot?
Bobby Cahoot?
Bobby Capot. He's that new Latin American movie star. He's in New York now. He's a singer, you know, sort of a Latin Frank Sinatra.
Well, look, if the dame is going to spend $1,000, maybe we should get somebody with a little bigger appetite. But leave us look 'em over anyhow, huh?
But where are you going to find them?
Are you kidding? With my motion picture contacts, I'll have them down here in 5 minutes. Hello? United Artists, distributors of the new picture, The Man with My Face? This is Archie, the producer of the picture. Hello? Professional jealousy. Try him again. Hello? United Artists? Let me talk to LB.
Who's LB?
Who knows? There's one in every studio. Hello, LB? Listen, I want you to locate Bobby Capot at the Calderon studio and send him down to Duffy's Tavern right away. I should drop dead. Listen, LB, do you know who this is you're talking to? This is RG. You'll send him over right away, huh? Okay, LB. Hey, this RG must be an important guy. I must look him up sometime. Well, Miss Duffy, we're all set.
How do you mean?
Well, with the price I'm going to charge this senorita and a guy like Bobby Capot to help her spend it, she's going to go back to South America with less dough than an honest basketball player.
While Archie is giving his Latin touch to the tavern, let's listen to a couple of smart cucarachas from Hollywood and Vine.
Bob, do you realize we only have one thing in common?
Hardly enough for a happy marriage, is it? What's that, Bing?
Chesterfields, of course. We both like them, we both sell them.
And we'd better get to selling them now. You know, folks, better tasting Chesterfield is the only cigarette that combines for you mildness with no unpleasant aftertaste.
How do you know they're mild? Well, you just make our mildness test. You buy them, open them up, and enjoy that milder aroma. Then smoke a Chesterfield. You'll know it's milder because it smokes milder.
And Chesterfield leaves no unpleasant aftertaste. That fact has been confirmed by the country's first and only cigarette taste panel. So, always buy Chesterfield.
Let's sum it up musically.
Buy Chesterfield, Chesterfield, the one that proves its case. Yes, Chesterfields are milder, plus no aftertaste.
So ho, open the pack and give 'em a sniff.
Then you smoke 'em.
Well, look over the place, Miss Duffy. I think I've South Americaned it up quite a bit. Tell me, does the joint look Latin to you?
As Latin as Patty's pig.
Thank you. Maybe I'd better Spanish it up some more. Well, let's see. Instead of them pig's feet, we can serve cucarachas under glass. And we could give the moose head a close shave so it'll look like a Mexican hairless. And we'll change that sign on that door there to Hombres, better yet, Caballos. Yeah, that ought to do it.
Sorry, but the word is caballeros.
Look, Bud, who are you trying to teach me Spanish?
I am Bobby Capot.
Oh. Welcome to Duffy, Senorita Capot. May I bid usted buenas noches to our holy hacienda?
Oh, muchas gracias, señor Archie.
Hell, love that Spanish talk. Tell me, muchacho, Plaza la Hata, la Gacha la Master?
Prosta la hotza, la gusta la moza?
This guy's as phony as I am. Look, kid, you ain't kidding me. That language you're talking, that ain't Spanish.
That makes us even.
What do you mean?
What you are talking, it ain't English.
Just a minute. Are you trying to tell me I ain't a linguist?
Stop beating your gums.
Stop beating me gums. Just a minute. This is a Latin from Manhattan. Tell me, who taught you this English? Leo DeRocha?
Nah, DeRocha talks lousy.
DeRocha talks... Holy cat, I dig up a guy to entertain a South American senorita, and what do I get? Maxie Rosenblum in a sombrero. Look, Bobby, can't you sort of forget this Brooklyn brogue of yours for just tonight?
Look, Bob, no cracks about Brooklyn, see?
What do you mean, no cracks about Brooklyn?
I happen to be a Dodger fan.
Hey, Ham.
You better start dodging now. Here comes Miss Duffy.
Archie, how about introducing me?
Okay, Miss Duffy, this is Bobby Capot. Bobby, Miss Duffy. Capot, kaput.
Well, how you do, Signo Capot?
Señorita, mucho gusto de conocerle. Usted es muy graciosa, muy amable, muy agradable.
Likewise, I'm sure. So you're in pictures.
That's right.
Can you act?
I think so.
Can you dance?
Yes.
Can you sing?
Yes.
Have you ever been investigated?
No.
What a lousy actor.
You happen to be talking to a very prominent Spanish movie star.
So what's so much about that? Who couldn't be a star in the Spanish movies?
You couldn't.
And why not?
With a figure the size of yours, there wouldn't be room enough left for the subtitles.
Oh, yeah? Well, it may interest you to know that I have exactly the same measurements as Carmen Miranda.
You have the same measurements as Carmen Miranda?
I certainly have. I read in a movie magazine what she measures around the chest, the waist, the legs, and the hips. And I have the same measurements.
Uh-huh. But in what order? Now, please scram, Miss Duffy.
Archie, what's wrong with her?
Oh, nothing that Freud couldn't explain in a footnote. Now, look, Bobby, you see, there's a rich South American dame coming down here tonight, and we're trying to run up a big check on her, see? So I'm counting on you to use some of that South American sex appeal on her.
Okay, chum. Gotcha.
Good. Then there's another thing, the way you talk. That, that taxicab Castilian. Please, Bobby, try to forget that Brooklyn for tonight, will you, and stick to Spanish.
Okay. How is this? Muchachos, vamos a batear duro que tenemos que ganar el campeonato este año.
Well, that's great, Bobby. By the way, what does it mean?
Get in there and fight, you bums.
Get in there and fight, you bum. Oh,
The next time you suffer from pains of headache, neuritis, or neuralgia, take Anacin. You'll bless the day you heard of this incredibly fast way to relieve these pains. Now, the reason Anacin is so wonderfully fast-acting and effective is this. Anacin is like a doctor's prescription. That is, Anacin contains not just one, but a combination of medically proven active ingredients in easy-to-take tablet form. Thousands of people have received envelopes containing Anacin tablets from their own dentist or physician, and in this way discovered the incredibly fast relief Anacin brings from pains of headache, neuritis, or neuralgia. The next time a headache strikes, take Anacin for this wonderfully fast relief. Anacin, A-N-A-C-I-N. Anacin comes in handy boxes of 12 and 30, economical family-size bottles of 50 and 100. Get Anacin at any drug counter.
Now, look, Bobby. When Senorita Cabana gets here, I want you to forget that you ever heard of Brooklyn, see?
Okay, pal.
Huh?
I mean, sí, señor.
That's better.
Say, Archie, I think that must be the senorita coming in.
Well, there's one way to find out. I'll turn on me Spanish. Senor Cabana, adios, muchacho. Hasta la vista. Tico.
I do not understand.
I hope we ain't got another Brooklyn bum on our hands.
Senor, permit me. I am Señorita Carmen Rosita Lolita Maria Dolores Chiquita Lopez y Cabaña.
Very happy to meet the family.
Thank you. And you?
Me? I'm Archie. A peon. Let me look you over. Senorita, I read that you had besame, but I didn't know you had so much mucho.
I don't understand.
Well, what I mean is that dress you're wearing.
What about it?
Shouldn't wear it so tight. It's bad for the blood pressure.
Whose?
Mine. But leave us cut out this small talk. I don't want to let sentiment stand in the way of me greed. Tell me, senorita, how much quanta cost your bill at the El Morocco last mañana?
$1,100.
I think we can meet the price. Senorita, how about ordering a couple of cases of champagne or a barrel of caviar?
No, senor. I do not spend one single peso until I see your South American floor show.
What South American floor show?
The one you told me about on the telephone.
Oh, that. I would. I'll bring me big, loud boca. Okay, senorita, the floor show's about to begin. Maestro, el fanfare, por favor. Dankeschön. Buenas noches, senores and señoras. Welcome to Casa del Duffy. A funny thing she happened to me on the way to the Pampas tonight. I met a couple of senoritas, Polly and Molly. Polly, she don't like me, but Molly, she liked me. So, I am cold to Polly, but hot to Molly. You get it, senor? Hot tamale. Laid an egg, huh?
A whole Spanish omelet.
And now, to please Senorita Cabana, a wealthy visitor from hands across the border, I would like usted to meet Arsted, the Latin Sophie Tucker, Bobby Capo.
Te ha dado la gracia del cielo, María Dolores, y en tus ojos en vez de mirar hay rayos de sol. Déjame que te cante, morena de mis amores, un bolero que ensalce tu garbo que es tan español. Olé, olé, te mueves mejor que las olas y llevas la gracia del cielo, la sal en tu pelo, mujer española. Olé, olé, tus ojos son tan pintureros que cuando los miro de cerca, perdido en su embrujo, soy tu prisionero. Olé, olé, envidia te tienen las flores que lleva su esencia en tu entraña del aire de España, María Dolores. Olé, olé, por linda y graciosa te quiero, y en vez de decirte un piropo, María Dolores, te canto un bolero. Olé, olé, she moves like a breeze through the willow, her smile sets the stars in collision, the moon is her pillow, María Dolores. Olé, olé, my dreams is just one of those stories, but rather than call it mañana, let's sing my Dolores, a bolero de España. Olé,
wonderful, Bobby.
Bravo, bravissimo, magnifico. Archie, I would like to meet this talented senor.
I thought the song would do it. Senorita Cabana, I would like you to meet Bobby Capot, Lanceman.
Señor, es un gran placer.
Hiya, babe.
Yes, please. Look, Senorita, now that you've met everybody, how about selling you a couple of cases of champagne, huh?
Later. Senor Capot, you sing beautifully. So much better than those stupid Americanos.
Stupid Americanos. Look, sister, how you like to have a punch in your nose?
Bobby, remember, the champagne customer is always right. Look, Senorita, could we serve you a nice $200 blue plate or maybe a nice $50 hot dog?
Hot dog? Who eats hot dogs but crazy Americanos?
Now look, you DC dame.
Bobby, no, the Senorita's correct. In fact, I myself would no more think of eating a hot dog than I would to slap Eva Peron over the head with a wet transit. I agree with you, Senorita. Hot dogs is terrible.
Of course. They're only for people who go to the baseball games. Morons.
For $1,000, I gotta let her get away with it. You don't like baseball, eh, Senorita?
Baseball. Stupid American customs. And the most stupid of all are those, how you call them? Those Brooklyn bonds.
That did it.
Bobby, stop! Put down that pop bottle. You can't slug a South American dame. It's against Truman's .4 policy.
I have been insulted and you're all phony face. I go. Adios.
Wait a minute. Senorita, before you go, how about that case of champagne? Senorita! Look, Bobby, Capot, come here. You know what you've done? You just cost Duffy's Tavern 1,000 pesetas.
But she took a crack at the Dodgers.
So what?
Well, why couldn't she pick on some other team? Like the Giants.
Just a minute. What about the Giants?
They stink.
They stink, huh? Says who?
Says me.
And your brother sings soprano.
Ah, your father talks to cock.
And your mother, gee, you wears army shoes. You jerk. Drop the charge on me. Well, folks, tonight we close the tavern for the summer, but we'll be looking for you again in the fall. And before we say adios muchos, or whatever it is they say in radio circles, I would like to thank some of the gang that worked behind the scenes in the tavern. Our producer, Jack Cleary, and my writers, Larry Ryan and Al Johansson, the engineer, Dud Conley, and Mrs. Ed Gardner, who starts the applause. And, of course, me old alma mater, Harvard University, without which this whole diction of mine would have been impossible. Good night, everybody. Hasta la vista till next fall. Good night.
Here's a word from RCA Victor. It's good company anywhere. Yes, anywhere, anytime. There's fun at your fingertips with an RCA Victor portable radio. At home or away from home. On your bedside table or at the beach. It's great to own the pick of the portables at RCA Victor. You'll enjoy that extra range. You'll rave about the tone, thanks to RCA Victor's exclusive Golden Throat tone system. Yet, your RCA Victor portable boasts a compactness and lightness you never dreamed possible. Most important of all, you get the strongest reception ever achieved on battery operation, because RCA radio batteries are tube-rated and radio-engineered for long, strong listening life. Yes, on every count, an RCA Victor portable radio is good company anywhere. Take your pick of the beautifully styled models at your RCA Victor dealers everywhere. You've been listening to Duffy's Tavern, the Friday night transcribed feature on NBC's All-Star Festival of Comedy, Music, Mystery, and Drama. Brought to you by Chesterfield, the cigarette that has for you what every smoker wants. Mildness plus no unpleasant aftertaste. By the makers of Anacin, for fast relief from pain of headache, neuritis, or neuralgia. And by RCA Victor, world leader in radio, first in recorded music, first in television. Listen tomorrow evening for The Man Called X, starring Herbert Marshall, the Saturday night feature of the All-Star Festival.